Welcome, YouTube. Welcome to the Dr. Greg Show, October 13th, 2025. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. We got some good stuff, some things I've seen on the internet. We have an Obama video. I wanted to give yesterday let's go, Sarah. Yesterday we were talking about Obama not feel like getting involved as much as he could making content. And guess what? The algorithm served me, guys. It served me an Obama video of him making some content. So I think that we should watch that. I won't, and I'll never be spending a ton of time self-critical of the left. I'll be honest, because I don't think that they're the problem right now. So I think that it's kind of a false choice to spend a bunch of time criticizing them. It's because they're not the same. It's not the same. Both sides aren't the same. So why would I criticize each side the same? And as a content creator, I don't think that just bashing on the left is good, because they're not the problem. So that's just what I believe as a biased. Hey, Katniss, how's it going? So that's just what it is. But Sarah Ann got the boosts. So we need to turn on the board in 3, 2, 1. Both, Tracy. Yes. Nice. We do both, Tracy, because science is political and medicine, as it is. It is. You can't separate science from politics. That you just can't. So we're going to give it up for Sarah Ann, guys, getting her COVID booster. 669, guys, for Sarah Ann. In 3, 2, let me turn on the neon. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Good job, man. Good job, Sarah Ann. I'm so appreciative. Thank you so much for getting vaccinated, getting your booster. Yeah, good job. Yeah, guys, you want to get your booster right now. It helps protect you from long COVID. Long COVID is a neurodegenerative disorder that we don't quite understand that much. You don't want to get it. So you just get the COVID booster, and it helps. You know, if you're on the plane, if you're in a super crowded area, you're already immune compromised. Wear a mask too. Wear a mask. It works. I know, Sponge. It happens. The vaccine content. I don't choose the vaccine content. The vaccine content chooses me. Do you know what I mean? No, R. It's all good. Yeah. No, there's no. It went well. The interview went well. Everything went well today. Yeah. Exactly, Kimberly J. The problem is Trump. That is the Trump. Science is medicine. Politics are emotional. I get what you're saying. You're saying there, Tracy. Okay, yeah. Politics I don't think necessarily has to be emotional. I know. Do not live in fear of a vaccine. Get the vaccine. Don't be living in fear of a shot. You know what I mean? Sponge, I think that there might be some truth in that. I agree with you. I can see what you're saying. That's not what we're talking about, Captain. That's not what we're saying. What's up, Captain Savage? How's it going?
Good. Are you an MD?
No.
Okay.
I'm not a physician. I'm a PhD.
Okay. I repeated the 3rd grade.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. I just wanted to, since we're talking about educational backgrounds, I thought I'd throw that in.
Okay.
So what do you think? What, you're a liberal, you said?
Yeah, I'm anti-Trump.
You're anti-Trump, okay. Do you think men, in your scientific opinion, do you think that men can become women?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then if I identify as being correct, would you affirm my identity?
Is correct a gender?
It could be.
No, no, it's
So
not.
you wouldn't affirm it even if I identified as such?
Because being correct isn't a gender.
Well, it's an identity.
Well, I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? That's what you're
I was
saying.
born this way, so.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think about abortion? Do you think abortion is good?
Abortion's a medical procedure, so it's
Yeah,
necessary.
so is cannibalism.
Definitely not. No, it's not.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not.
Do you think abortion is good?
I think that like the flippant abortions should be no, like you shouldn't have flippant ones, but most of them aren't. And
Qualify flippant.
Yeah, they shouldn't be used as a birth control method, but most abortions are used in order to, one, for life planning, right? So it's like people.
Wait, hold on. So what would be it? Let me ask. I guess the more concise, easier question would be: when is it not okay to have an abortion?
I think that that's a decision that you would make with your medical professional. It's not really.
Well, sure. I mean,
yeah.
The Nazis had medical professionals too. I don't think that.
Oh wow, really?
Discussing
crazy.
What's right and wrong with a medical professional makes something good, right?
Yeah, that's a decision that you should make with your doctor, not like I don't think that it's for us to decide.
Do you know a doctor? He's a West Philadelphia abortionist by the name of Kermit Gosnell?
Nope.
No? Kermit Gosnell was a West Philadelphia abortionist. He's one of the most prolific serial killers in American history.
Cool.
So if I made
anything to do with me,
well, he's a doctor, right? So if I had an agreement with this doctor, that would make it good, right?
I think that he's not doing serial killing. I think he's doing serial killing outside of the practice of the thing. Let's look it up. This is your thing.
Kermit Gosnell.
Kermit Gosnell. Okay. Okay, so he's a serial killer and former abortion doctor. He provided illegal late-term abortions at his clinic in West Philadelphia. So they're illegal. So what's the problem?
What's wrong? Well, let's say tomorrow we made it legal. Would it then be good?
It's already illegal in the name. So what?
Right. And so my question to you is, if we made it legal tomorrow, would it magically become good?
Well, I don't know what type of procedure that they are technically. I mean, let's see. I mean, the problem is a lot of these late-term abortions are for medical care. They're not for dude.
So why would you need to abort as opposed to extract?
That is what it is. An extraction is an abortion. Yes.
Well, if you're conflating terminology of abortion being any end of a pregnancy, I'm talking about abortion in the elective sense where a child's life ends.
No, that is an elective abortion. That is what it is.
So if I have a C-section, is that an abortion?
At the end of the life, if the baby is not viable
at the end of the life
of the pregnancy.
So I'm in the third trimester of pregnancy, right?
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Marissa.
If I say I want this baby's life to cease, is that okay?
That's not how it happens.
Can you answer the question now?
That's not how it happens, though. One, that baby's not alive.
So if it doesn't happen, then why do 9 states allow it? Why would they have to allow something that doesn't happen?
No, what happens is that people come into the emergency room with abdominal pains or something like that, and they don't know that they're pregnant, and then they do the tests to realize
they don't know that they're pregnant. They've just been missing a period for
Yeah,
6 months and just kind of.
It happens a lot with obese people and people that.
Man, my stomach is really expanding, and I haven't had a period in 6 months. What could this be?
Well, you've been without a brain for years, and here you are talking to me. So,
is that your doctor expert opinion?
I'm sorry, you triggered.
I'm so triggered.
It sounds like you really are. So why don't you listen?
It was a good try.
Why don't I try to explain to you?
It was a good try to trigger.
Why don't I explain to you what's actually happening, and then you can listen?
You're going to tell me what's happening?
Yeah, because these people actually do present to the emergency room with these conditions, and the baby doesn't have an organ, and there is no way to take the baby out unless it's you have a natural birth or you have an abortion. It's called an elective abortion.
So I have a child growing inside my stomach. Follow me here, doctor. I have a child in my stomach, right? In my uterus, right?
Okay.
I'm in my 3rd trimester.
Yes.
The child is growing and developing, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And you know what happens? My boyfriend breaks up with me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I wasn't expecting this.
Again, no.
I can't raise this child by myself.
Happening. No.
Hold on. I didn't know you surveyed all these people.
That's not what's happening.
So
that's not what's happening. What's happening is that people come in and they do people don't just have an abortion.
So if it did happen, that would be wrong, right?
Medical professionals.
Wow, he can't even say that.
Medical professionals aren't going to do that. They're not going to.
But if it did happen, that would be wrong.
That'd be illegal,
right?
in a lot of states.
Oh, really? So 9 states allow it up to 9 months?
No.
Oh, really? Colorado, Alaska, New Jersey, New Mexico.
And they should, because it's not what you're thinking.
So it's not happening, and they should.
It's not what you're thinking it is.
It's not happening, everyone, and they should.
It isn't. Okay.
That
what you're talking.
Well, hey, I'd love to go to.
Happening.
You're so intelligent. I'm so glad we had this conversation.
What you're describing isn't actually happening.
It's not happening, and they should.
It's yes. Dude, he ran. Hilarious. Doesn't even want to understand what's going on. I didn't kick him. He left himself. He ran. So again, what happens, guys? So this person obviously doesn't really care about the truth or what's actually going on. Is that these people present to the emergency room. They don't know that they're pregnant. The baby is not viable with life. And you either have an abortion or you deliver that baby. And delivering that baby with natural methods is more dangerous than having an abortion. And a lot of times, these mothers don't get medical care unless they have their life is literally endangered. That they're going through sepsis, their life is endangered. And yes, that's elective, Francis. Yes, that's the problem, is that even in those scenarios when it's not viable with life, when they are dying, it still is an elective abortion. So that's what I'm saying. What he's saying is that people come in and say, "Oh, I just want to have an abortion," out of nowhere. And that doesn't happen. But elective abortions should be legal. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I was correct. He doesn't understand what's going on. He doesn't understand the birth process. He doesn't understand what's happening. And I'm telling you guys, that is what happened. That is literally what happens, Tracy. Francis, you guys have no idea what you're talking about. No, you're wrong. You are wrong. I have family that are in this field. I understand what actually happens. So I do understand. You guys are rehashing tired old arguments, and you have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, I don't know who came in first, but we're going to go Billy, Rose, and Gilberto. Hi, Billy Rose. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Was listening to what was going on. I can't believe these people are that stupid to believe that you actually have an abortion in the last term of pregnancy. That doesn't happen that way. The only way that would happen would be, like you said, if the baby is not viable, because otherwise that would be murder.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. But the problem is that the medical term, and what we have to defend is elective abortions in the third trimester, because that is what the medical thing is called. So it's a conflation of terminology that people get, and that's why I said flippant abortions, right? Where it's like people just come in and just like flippantly like, oh, I'm just not going to do this anymore. And
it's not like they have a choice. It's not like the child is going to survive. Yeah. And that would be the only reason you would do that. And people need to use common sense. That would be murder. If there was nothing wrong with that child and it was healthy, and they come in and say, I want an abortion at 8.5 months, you're going to tell them no.
Exactly. That's
because there's nothing wrong with the baby.
No doctor is going to do that. No medical professional
is going to do that. And it's ridiculous to think, and it's ridiculous that people actually believe that.
Yeah.
And they're just using it for another reason to say abortion should be against the law, period. Period.
So, yeah. It's
and that's just not how it works.
Any type of medical procedure where the baby has to be removed from the mother it becomes an abortion, an elective abortion in that scenario. If it's not a C-section, and if it's not a C-section, that the baby it comes out, it is an elective abortion. That is what it's called.
I had a niece who was 8.5 months pregnant, and they found out the baby had died. Mm-hmm. They made her carry that baby for 2 more weeks and made her go into labor and have that baby. She had to give birth to the baby.
Septic shock. Yeah, they risk septic shock and the life of the mother.
And I was very upset with the doctors for making her go through. I said, why didn't they just do a C-section or an abortion or whatever they needed to remove that child? Because that child lay dead in her for over 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was wrong.
Removing any dead baby would be considered an elective abortion, even if that's the problem, guys. That in a lot of states, and we have people in our communities who stillbirths are incredibly risky for the life of the mother.
Well, sure they are. I mean, because you're talking about a dead child that basically is deteriorating in the mother. So and that will cause an infection.
Exactly.
And then you put the life of the mother at risk. And I don't think that's right. I think you should be able to do whatever needs to be done to take that baby. As soon as you know that child is not alive, that should be able to do whatever needs to be done to remove that child so that the mother is not in danger.
Exactly.
And I thought it was a lot emotionally for my niece to have to go through labor knowing that she was going to give birth to a dead child.
Exactly. It's traumatic and it risk her life for no reason. It's gross.
And I was furious with the doctors for making her do that. I kept telling because I live in Tennessee and my niece and them were in Texas. Mm-hmm. And I kept telling my brother, why are they making her go through labor? They can just take that baby. There's no reason for her. She was in labor for almost 15 hours.
It's gross. It's the law in a lot of states.
Because of the law.
Yeah, it's gross. It's insane. We're talking about the Republican Party denying medical care to people that are in a vulnerable state and handcuffing physicians from performing life-saving medical care on people. That's what we're actually talking about.
Well, it's just basically say this: it's men who are making the choices for women.
Sure.
Period.
Sure, for sure.
I mean, that's all there is to it. You've got these Republican men in Congress saying, "Okay, that's an abortion, and that can't happen. It's illegal." Yeah, and exactly. I don't agree with it at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's awful.
And that guy that was talking and carrying on like he was is an idiot because it's not his life he had to be. He's never going to have to carry a child, know what it's like to have to carry a child that's died inside you, mm-hmm. or the fact that what emotionally they have to go through. He doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
And that's what kills me about these people and these Republicans that say these things, and it's like, you're not a woman. You're not the one who has to carry it. I have a daughter. Mm-hmm. And I'll be damned if I'll be throwing a fit if my daughter, my daughter carries a child and finds out it's dead and the doctors refuse to do anything about it. Exactly. I'd have to go to jail. Sorry, exactly. I would. Because I would not allow, I'd be like, come on, people. I'll hire somebody. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you, Billy Rose. Thanks for coming up. I appreciate you. Thank you for
welcome.
speaking some sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Hi, Tracy.
Oh. Hello, how are you doing?
Good.
You are very attractive, just so you know. I guess you probably didn't know that. But anyway, why are you, as a PhD, talking about medical procedures that you have no freaking idea about?
I mean, are you an MD?
No, I've had an abortion.
Okay.
I've actually been through it.
Okay.
How are you, as a man, telling me how I should feel about what I did? And I feel very horrible about it.
Okay.
And you are making it, you are actually making it okay. Not okay. You're making it sound like it's so easy, like we just like threw away the trash. And I want you to understand that a lot of women have been hurt psychologically by an abortion.
Okay.
And you are so for it. And it's like, I don't understand as a man how you can even give your opinion about it.
Okay. Because it's important that people like have their rights in order to exist in the world, and like I have daughters and I care about them getting life-saving medical care.
I get the life-saving is different than just people using it as a birth control.
I
don't
specifically
understand.
I don't like people like using it as birth control. I said that specifically.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Because it sounds like you're just like all for it.
I'm for doctors and patients having the right in order to use it as a medical procedure when they need to, because a lot of times when someone is pregnant, an abortion is the life-saving vessel that needs to be used. And the problem is,
I'm going to tell you this. I had an ectopic pregnancy.
Okay.
Where obviously I was going to die without surgical intervention. Mm-hmm. And I was going to die if I didn't do that. But I actually chose to have an abortion at some point, mm-hmm. which I was not going to die. And my family would have felt ashamed of me. And there's all these other attributes that you're not considering. You're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so for it, instead of saying, in considering a woman's mind, mm-hmm. that there's also trauma that comes with that. There's trauma that comes with being felt like you are ostracized and that you're not good enough. And then people do it in secretly. Like, it's not worth it. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Our minds are fucked up from the moment that we do that stuff.
I'm not trying to castigate or like push you away or like belittle you in any way. And I think that what you had to go through is your thing. And I mean, thank you for sharing. That's very brave of you. I genuinely, I don't, you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate you coming forward with that. I don't, I'm sorry you had to go through that, like genuinely. And I think that the problem is that we have, politicians that are putting more people through even more harm when they don't need to, and they're risking moms.
They are not.
Kids. Absolutely, they are.
I think that you're making it sound like they can't. That the healthcare of women, and it's not healthcare because there's women who are in the abdomens or in the uterus of another woman that you're promoting to abort. I mean, I don't think you're advocating for women. I think you're advocating for just whatever you feel like at the moment.
Do you think that ectopic pregnancies should be aborted and you should have the legal right in order to do that?
I don't feel when I had an ectopic pregnancy, I don't think it was aborted. It was about saving my life. That fetus would not have been viable
Exactly.
because it was not in my uterus.
Exactly. No, you're exactly right.
And there's listen, there's a whole thing about being in a uterus and getting viable nutrients and everything to grow a baby.
Exactly.
A baby growing up in an ectopic in a tube will never live, and neither will the mother. That's a different, totally scenario.
And what happens is that because the United States has a lot of barriers for prenatal care, a lot of people don't do prenatal care, so they wind up coming in too late and not like coming in basically delivering the baby or about to deliver the baby, and there's like they're having some type of healthcare complication, and they do an ultrasound of the baby and something's wrong with the baby and it's not viable with life. So this fetus doesn't have kidneys, doesn't have a brain, something like that. And the problem is that inside that womb, that fetus has a heartbeat, but it'll never be viable for life, just like your fetus.
So how do you know that? Like, as not a medical doctor, how do you know that? You are a philosopher or something. You're a PhD. I don't know what you are, but you're not an MD. How do you know that?
I mean, that is what happens.
That does happen rarely. It doesn't happen all the time. Abortion is it was at all-time high. And
but the thing is like how many, hi guys, hi MB, how's it going?
Hi, I'm sorry, y'all.
The problem is that like how many of these people is it okay to write off? That's the thing. That's the problem.
There's nobody writing anybody off. It's all about
those people that came in with that baby that's not viable with life. That's just like your baby that fetus. That now for some reason because of you're somehow okay to have a life-saving abortion, but we're denying that same right to other people. That's the problem that I have.
That's not life-saving.
It is.
You need to realize. No, mine was life-saving. You need to realize that when most people have an abortion, it's about the stigma. It's about money. It's about, yes, you are a man. You have no freaking idea. I don't even know why you're talking about this.
Because it's important and I care about it. So I'm going to talk about
it.
Well,
because you have no idea how it feels.
I have a lot of ideas about it, and that's what I'm going to care about.
You can have ideas, but you've never physically been through an abortion. I really have.
I agree with you. And I'm telling you that why would you do more harm? Why would you do more harm after going through something like that?
My ectopic pregnancy was not my abortion. I actually had an abortion, dude.
Okay.
So I need you to actually listen. And when I had the abortion, that totally psychologically fucked me up. So you don't understand what it feels like for a woman to go through that. I did have a medical issue, and then I actually chose, because I had the choice, right? Because it was like easier than being like not married and pregnant. And it was easier for me to do that. You have no idea how that feels. I'm just telling you that it is more complicated than a man's mind can ever freaking think of. And you can do every psychological test you can do. But until you've been through it, you cannot feel it. And I'm opposed to it. Even though I had it, I'm so totally opposed to it because I know now that, damn, that was a wrong friggin' choice that I did. Even though I had the choice, it was wrong.
So what I'm talking about are procedures that are done in the third trimester where the fetus is not viable with life. And what happens right now is that instead of physicians capable of removing that not viable with life fetus from the patient, they can't work on the patient. They can't touch the patient. And they have to wait until the mother is nearly dead in order to actually say the life of the mother was in danger. So absolutely, third term elective abortions, as they're called, are done for the life of the mother. And we have to defend those people to have life-saving medical procedures done to them.
Can I just say that that's few and far between?
Okay, and what percentage is it okay to write off? How many
I'm not
people,
saying that.
We have the technology, we have the ability to save their life, and you are denying those people the right to live based off of your opinion. And I think that's disgusting.
Okay. Well, okay, after those two things I told you, I had a child born at 24 weeks.
Okay.
Who lived for 23 days.
I'm sorry about that.
And then I had a child that was born at 26 weeks who is now 35 years old.
Okay.
Thank Jesus. And I'm just saying that there is viable life even at 24 weeks, even at 26 weeks. Viable life. And I'm not saying, and if there is a medical issue with the mother, I just feel like it's just like we just are putting across the board, and it's few and far between. We're putting across the board, yes, you should be able to just go ahead and get an abortion. Well, how about you just get birth control? How about you just do that? And I know that happens.
You should do both. Like people are not choosing to have a third term pregnancy where the baby doesn't have functioning organs that is not viable with life. They are not choosing that path. That path is given to them because of maybe drug or alcohol addiction. They don't know that they're pregnant. They never stop drinking. So then the baby doesn't develop normally, or they're on drugs and they say they missed their period. And then now, guess what? Now the baby, they never stopped doing drugs. So now it's malformed. And now they're in the third trimester. And what do? So again,
so
do you just do you solve the obesity crisis? Do you solve the drug problem in the country, or do you give people the health? Okay, sure, let's work on that. But at what we have presented in front of us is someone that is dying that we can help through medical procedures, and we should help them instead of saying, well, you're just a percentage that deserves to die. I think that's gross and disgusting.
No, I don't think anybody's the percentage that needs to die. That's what you're saying.
Well, that's what you just said. You just said to me that who cares? No. It's a percentage or whatever. How big is it? It doesn't matter. That's what you just said.
I've never felt that way.
You just said it.
Was wondering why are we playing God?
You said, what is the percentage that happens?
But I'm just wondering why are we playing? When are we playing God? Are you playing God? Do you believe in God?
Every day.
Do you believe in God? Okay.
No, I don't believe in God.
Oh, okay. Well, then there's that. But I've seen miracles happen.
I'm telling you that the same people that loved your baby in the NICU, okay, that wanted everything for your baby, they did everything that they could.
Absolutely.
Those same people are being castigated and thrown to the wolves. And their profession is being tarred and feathered right now by these Republican politicians, saying that these are the people that are actually killing babies. And I want you to think about that. Yes, that is actually
they
what's
were
true.
Actually loving human beings,
exactly,
who cared about my baby, who eventually died.
And the point is that those same people are being maligned by the people that are banning these procedures and saying the people in the NICU, those are awful people. That's what these Republicans are saying. Those are awful people that are trying to kill babies. That's what these Republican politicians are saying.
Okay. Would you please let me know what studies that you've seen? Because what my experience, my personal experience, I've never seen that. They tried
banning abortion, and they're arresting doctors for providing medical procedures on people. Yes, those are the same people. The OBGYNs, the labor and delivery nurses, the NICU nurses. You don't think that they're all like a cohort?
Noah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
thought that they were
I'm
all
sorry.
like.
I
I
hate
thought.
to say Noah, but like literally, when my child was my child who passed away was in the NICU. They did everything that they could have done, and they were wonderful. And my child that actually lived, that was in the NICU, they did everything they could, and they were wonderful. They never tried to stop my child from living.
Exactly. And those people, those are the same people that are being castigated. And those
Well,
Republicans are saying that they're doing post-birth abortions and they're murdering babies. That's what's going on. That you should realize that is what these
that's,
politicians are saying, and that they're accusing those people of that.
well, I I don't know anybody that's done that,
Good.
and
They haven't.
I can just all I can do is just tell you my experience, and it's subjective, I guess, or I mean, I just worry about men talking about abortions. It's like it's so weird to me.
Hey, you know what? I agree with you. I mean, I agree with that too many men try to, go in and write laws for women's health care without any idea of what's going on. But the point is that there's a majority of men politicians right now, and that's who's writing these laws, and they need to get a clue.
Well, I mean, I just saw you, and I thought that sorry, I think I came up here like everybody's like judging me, but it's
No, it's okay.
okay.
Don't reach out. It's okay. You're fine.
Well, I just want to tell you what my experience was, and
Okay.
just
Thank you.
it bothers me when men talk about abortions when they don't even know how it affects them.
Hey, if these guys weren't doing this awful stuff, then and they shouldn't have been, then we wouldn't be talking about it right now. But that's what unfortunately what's happening right now. So
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you bringing it to light.
okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing your story. I
Thank
appreciate you.
you.
All right, have a good night.
Bye bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. Real quick, guys, can you do me a big favor? Touch this little heart thing right here. Can you level up the stream? Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, guys. All right, we're gonna go Sponge and then Melanie. Hey, Sponge, how's it going, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
What would you say that your maximum term is for abortion? Like, the maximum.
The maximum 10? Like, what would be the worst case scenario?
Yeah.
I mean, it like the one that's like 40 weeks that the perfectly healthy baby that is coming in, and that doesn't happen. This never happens. But the someone that would be saying like, oh, okay, let's just like do it, and I don't think that ever happens though. That'd be the worst case scenario. That would be like definitely illegal, and no physician would ever do that. They would never. No OB would or labor and delivery doctor would just have that happen.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Sons. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Melanie Lovelace. Hi, Melanie. How's it going?
Oh, I did not mean to request. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no problem. I'll kick you. Have a good one.
Please, thank you.
All right, guys. Well, this actually, I mean, we actually have someone that I was going to talk about, and I saw like a Reddit video that I wanted to talk about. Okay, and it actually has to do with this, but okay. All right, we'll talk to Paula Gray first. Hi, Paula Gray.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank you for bringing this to light.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm 62 years old, so I've been through the gamut. I had an abortion, a forced abortion at 17 by my mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was at that point in the state of Colorado. You were allowed to have it. I was 20 weeks. So I was pretty late term, and it did affect me. I understand what she's saying. It did affect me for the majority of my life. But with that being said, I am a Christian, and I come from a very Christian family. My son's actually a pastor and is totally against abortion. And I think we need to change the medical terms because there's surgical abortions that need to be done in the cases of, that you're explaining or talking about, where the life of the mother is in danger, or, it's just the baby's not alive.
Yeah.
And I had a stillborn birth as well.
I'm sorry.
So I mean, I'm well over those things today, but like I said, I'm 62, but I understand. I've been through all of it. I feel like, and I'm watching the world go crazy right now by allowing people to die. I live in Colorado. My one other son lives in Texas, and what's happening in Texas, there are people dying for no reason, and it's disgusting. It's really irritating. So bottom line is, Greg, and your name is the same as my one son's, Gregory. But anyhow, I just wanted to say I appreciate you and what you're doing, and bringing this to light, because it needs to be brought to light. And I appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, we have someone in our community that is one of those cases in Texas. That her daughter was 18, was having, she was bleeding, goes into the hospital. They won't.
I think I heard about her.
She goes to another hospital. They say, we can't operate on you. You're too healthy. So there's something wrong that's happened, that's going on. They said they just gave her, like, they just did some tests, and they were like, well, you're good enough in order to basically we need you to go into septic shock in order to actually have something.
Don't you think we should change the terminology then if we took the word abortion out of some of this terminology, because it is a medical situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's
I think if we, it wouldn't be so, people wouldn't be so apt to think that it's an abortion, where it's flippant, like you had said earlier.
Yeah. DN, it has high rapture. Yeah. It's the proper healthcare life-saving procedure. That's what it is.
Right.
And that, in that case, unfortunately, that she went home after having the fever. They know something's wrong. She's in intense pain. For the third time going to the hospital, they went back, and then even still, they just had to basically sit there until
and watch her
die.
Her
vitals got worse enough so that they could actually say that her life was in danger. So she had to crash, basically. So you had to watch her daughter die, and then they basically tried to resuscitate and take the baby out, and it's just like,
I can't even imagine going through that with my daughter.
It is
my daughter's 33,
guys.
and
it's true. It is happening right now. These aren't.
It is,
and it's so disgusting to me. I hate how it's like, oh, how many people does that happen to? Why do we have to care, guys?
Right, exactly. I mean,
that is not the right
what's
question.
one life? It's happening to one too many people.
Exactly. Exactly. How many times? Like, when we have the technology, we have the capability. Any type of like law and legislation that is stopping health-saving medical care from being provided is wrong. Like, we can stand on that. That is ridiculous.
I think that we need to change the terminology, because I think that people get hung up on the word abortion.
Yeah.
And if we could take the word abortion out of it somehow, like, I had a surgical abortion, which was basically a DNC, but it was a surgical abortion that needed to happen, because I was having issues.
You basically have healthcare procedures that are done to pregnant people, and that is what happens. So
exactly.
And unfortunately, the medical term for it is an elective abortion, because you're electing to go down that path. Basically, you could elect
Right, but
to
I
have a
mean,
natural
that's what
birth.
everybody's getting hung up on, though.
Exactly.
You know, it's the word abortion. And,
Exactly.
you know, yeah, like you said earlier, you know, having a flippant abortion for the purposes of contraception or your contraceptive means, no, that's not okay, in my opinion.
And this is where the term post-birth abortion actually comes from too, because during those cases where you have something that is a fetus that is not viable with life, that is born or like goes through the natural procedure,
right?
Like it basically, you elect to say that was a post-birth, like it had the fetus was not viable, so but yet it was still birthed out. So you have a post-birth abortion, and the fact that you don't allow that fetus to have things like a birth certificate born, and now you don't have to fill out a death certificate and all these other things that are traumatic to the patient and the family.
Yeah, the
And you don't
patient.
push that. You don't let them go through that. You just say, you know what, guys, let's just call it an abortion, and you can just move on and start the healing process. And it's gross. It is gross that people make say and malign labor and delivery nurses
and the practitioners as
OBGYNs.
well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the practitioners, you know, I've seen that. You know, anyhow, I just really, really wanted to say I appreciate what you're doing, because this discussion is, you know, being a Christian and also having a son who is, you know, I have one son that is gay and on the other side of the coin, and one son that is very, very against abortion, even, you know, with the medical issues. And I don't get it. I think it's, you know, just because of the word abortion, you know. And so anyhow, I just wanted you to know I appreciate you.
Well, thank you, Paula. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming up. I appreciate and sharing your story. I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. All right. Have a good day.
We'll have a good one. All right, guys. Well, I guess it's so funny. Like, I don't plan these nights to have like themes, but they sometimes that they do. And we just got on this topic, and I do have a video that I wanted to watch, and it had to deal with this. So I wanted to talk about this, and it's right on theme of what we're talking about here. I mean, we're talking about how people's lives are being negatively impacted by Republican legislation, by the overturning of Roe versus Wade, by denying medical care to pregnant people, and people are being harmed because of that. And now we are seeing people that are like that. We have people and moms in our chat that watch their daughters die because of this stuff. And now this is another thing. Well, now this is another soon-to-be mom. Now, well, she is a mom, and she's having another pregnancy, and now she's having problems. So we want to thank you for the follow on Twitch, guys. Thank you. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube as well. If you ever guys want to like watch the full video, it's better when I'm reading things. It's better to kind of watch there. If you guys ever wanted to like second monitor the thing, but we're gonna watch that now. Okay, so this is a mother carrying her third baby, and she's dealing with the realities of what's happening to her. And we're going to listen to her story. Okay.
In Texas, and I'm pregnant with my third baby. And I am pro-life. I always have been. There is no greater gift on this earth than a child. But I am kind of freaking out right now. And I'm starting to regret the way I voted, the way I've been thinking. And honestly, I'm scared for my life. I'm older, so this is a high-risk pregnancy. I had my first two babies, I did home delivery. I delivered them at home, and it was painful, but it was no problems at all.
Not a good move. Home birth pregnancies are dangerous. Not good for the life of the kiddo or the parent. But whatever, you know, we're not talking about that. Let's see what's going on. But that's a separate point.
This one, I'm older and it's high risk, so I had to go to a different doctor than I usually go. And she's, all the way in town. So I have to drive, 40 minutes in town to see her. So in this third trimester.
So good, also good going to another primary care that is probably a little bit more, the higher acuity, has better, maybe they were doing like a doula or a midwife before, and now they're going to someone that's a little bit more like experienced, and she's actually gonna have a physician, an actual OBGYN deliver this baby, because they were doing the home births. They're probably doing the doula. They're probably having like, someone. So doing good so far. She's rectifying some of her wrongs, right? She's trying to do the best for this baby right now. She's doing a good thing.
Things are getting a little bit tricky. And she said to me today, she said, you need to start making plans to deliver this baby out of town. You need to spend the next few weeks out of state. I don't know anybody out of state. I was like, what are you talking about? And she said, well, you're very high risk. And we're monitoring this baby closely. But if the baby's heart rate slows down, if we think the baby's life is at risk, you could die. And she said the reason is because in this state, you're not allowed to operate on a woman who loses the baby. You have to go into labor naturally, and you have to deliver the baby. You have to go into labor and you have to deliver the baby. And if you have a dead baby in your uterus for that long, you could go into septic shock and die.
There. Exactly, guys. See that conundrum? See? This is awful. I mean, Siggy, they're good for like emotional support, but they're not, they shouldn't be the actual physician that's, delivering the baby. So she's beyond 35. So she's older, she's above 35, and it sounds like she might be having like some other medical complications on top of it. So again, if something happens, hey Ducray, this is all the abortion power hour. We had a caller come in and we were talking about it, and now we're talking. I had this one planned, and now we're talking about it. So, yeah. So high risk. Yeah, she is high risk.
And I was like, what?
Siggy, she said it's 45 minutes away for the hospital. It's 45 minutes away.
What on earth are you talking about? And she was like, well, it's all about abortion. Mm-hmm. And she told me that these late-term abortions, I mean, I'm so embarrassed to say this, but I literally thought that babies were born and mothers were killing them. Doctors were killing the baby after it was born. I thought late-term abortion was an abortion. You end the pregnancy because you don't want to have a baby.
Yeah.
But she said late-term abortion is just a necessary procedure when you lose the baby inside the womb to protect the mother's life.
Exactly.
I was like, what are you talking about?
That's what we're talking about, people. This is what we're talking about. You're saving someone's life. You're saving a mother's life. You're saving a daughter's life. And that term is an elective abortion. Okay? That's what the medical terminology is. But what you're actually doing is providing health care that is saving that person's life. That's what's happening. Again, these aren't flippant, like what she was saying. It's not, no, I'm gonna go get my frappuccino, and then after my frappuccino, I'm just gonna get this diddle done. Like it's not that. We're not flippantly going through this, guys. These are physicians that are using this as a tool in order to save someone's life. Oh, Jamie, I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. Thank you for sharing. It does happen. It does happen, guys. Thank you for sharing that, though. Oh man, I can't imagine. Okay, let's keep watching, guys.
Then, of course, I call my husband, and he's at work, and he's like, "That's."
Kathleen, she's not, but she could. If there's something that happened where the baby's it. Oh, Dak, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dak. Yes, thank you, Dak. If something happens to the baby because they're not alive, TikTok, that's the problem. A C-section is for a living fetus. If it's not viable with life, then it is called an abortion. Definitionally, that's what it is.
Dumb liberal doctor. Then, of course, I call my husband, and he's at work, and he's like, "That's dumb liberal doctor."
like imagine studying your entire life in order to make your community better, your patients' lives better, doing everything you can. Thank you, Paula Gray. Thank you so much. Trying to help this person. This person comes into your office. You do everything that you can in order to try to save this person's life if they need to, because they're about to go through something that's extremely risky. And you're saying, hey, this is extremely risky what you're about to go through. I think that you should go this course of action. And the husband, the person that is your partner in this, that would be the person to have the most to lose, the most to the reason why you're having this child, presumably, says, let's keep the risk on. Yeah, let's keep the risk. Let's keep it going. What? Like what? I have supported my wife through 4 pregnancies. And every single step of the way, there's nothing that I wouldn't have done. And just the idea, hi Linda, the idea that I would be wanting to tell my pregnant wife, that's obviously very pregnant, guys, 3rd trimester, be like, no, you know, whether or not you live or die, I don't really care enough in order to listen and have my mind change. So let's just keep going on like we're like nothing happened. That's devastating. That is devastating as a partner to hear that. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke, Reagan. It wasn't. Because she went to another doctor afterwards.
I call my husband, and he's at work, and he's like, "That's dumb liberal doctor. Don't listen to her. We're staying here. Let's find a new doctor." Honestly, I don't know what to believe, because for my entire life, okay, I'm 35. My entire life, I believe that late-term abortion is somebody saying they don't want their baby. And that's not allowed in the state of Texas, obviously, because I vote for Trump, I vote for MAGA, I vote for Greg Abbott. But they're telling me it's actually something different. It's a life-saving procedure to save the mother when the baby has died in the womb. That's insane. That's not allowed?
Exactly.
I have to make plans out of state? I don't know anybody outside the state of Texas at all. And I'm not going to have an abortion. Why can't I if my life is in danger, exactly. Why can't I save myself? I have 2 kids at home. Exactly. I'm freaking out. My blood pressure is through the roof. I have no idea what to do. Somebody who's from a different state or somebody who's a doctor, just please explain it to me, because this cannot be real.
What, Reagan tax? What are you talking about? I don't understand. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe you're right then. I don't know. The story, the tagline is the facts are real, the stories are not. Non-traditional wife, feminist boy mom. Okay. All right. Thank you for saying that. Okay. So maybe she's making this. I mean, the problem is that these stories do happen. This isn't like some made up story. I mean, it really is happening. So I think that's a good use of storytelling. I mean, yeah, I think that stories can be informative in that case. I mean, I think that it's okay because that is happening. That is happening. Yeah, exactly, Reagan. Yeah. So even if it's not true, I think that's okay for me. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for saying that. It's a reality for a lot of people. Exactly. It's a reality for a lot of people and some stuff that people are going through. So telling their story, I think, is okay. I didn't know. So thank you for saying that. I don't know who Adriana Smith. Exactly, Juliana. Exactly. That's who you're talking about. Yeah, I was talking to them about that. Adriana Smith. Adriana.
Adriana Smith is Adriana Smith is the individual from Georgia. She was a black woman who was essentially brain dead or brain unalived and forced to carry her child to term even while not being present in her body, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, here's the Wikipedia article. The pregnancy of Adriana Smith, the woman from Georgia, was the focus of medical ethics controversy. Following a medical emergency in February 2025, Smith was declared brain dead, but continuing fetal cardiac activity was detected. According to the family, the hospital stated that ending Smith's life support would violate Georgia's abortion law. Therefore, at 9 weeks gestation, Smith was kept on life support to allow sufficient fetal development for delivery. And the family had no choice. On June 13th, Smith's child was born prematurely via emergency C-section. Smith was taken off life support 4 days later, June 17th. Wow. That's wild.
This was in Georgia, guys. It is a gut-wrenching case, dude.
Wow. Oh, it's the baby survived and weighed less than 5 pounds.
The baby was not healthy.
How would it be? Like, how would it be? Like with the umbilical
There's
cord
not enough
and everything?
nutrition. You're not getting what you need from that.
Similar cases. The AP reported on past cases similar to Smith's circumstances, which include a pregnant Texas woman, Marlise Munoz, who in 2014 was kept on life support at Fort Worth Hospital for 2 months after brain death, and a Florida woman who was declared brain dead 22 weeks into her pregnancy and then had her baby delivered after weeks of care, according to the 2023 article at the University of Florida College of Medicine. A 2025 review article co-authored by Thomas Jefferson University maternal fetal medicine director Bergella found 35 past cases of women who were declared brain dead and subsequently had their pregnancies extended. In each of these 35 cases, the doctors could only allow an average of 7 weeks extensions before complications forced their intervention. 7-week extensions? Oh my gosh. That is what?
Yeah.
That's
and somebody in the comments, like, I don't know how true this is. I believe it is true. They've said that the family has been left to pay all of these medical bills that were not warranted.
Wow. It's awful.
Well, I appreciate everything you're doing up here. I just wanted to come up and clarify who that was.
Yeah, thank you.
And just like thank you for being a doctor in today's world and like doing the best that you can and for supporting women and other individuals that have uteruses. I can't thank you enough for being an advocate. You're very well spoken. You're very soft spoken as well, and I appreciate your genuineness and how gentle you are.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, and thanks for coming up too. Thank you for talking about that. Thanks for bringing them it up too, guys, in the comments. So
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Thank you, guys. Oh. It's just crazy, like, all the roads and all the research and technology development and education and everything going forward. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Thank you, guys. All to end and have a physician not capable of providing the actual life-saving procedure that they need to do, that they were trained to do, that they were educated on how to do, that they have expertise on, that that we have the technology to do. We're just going to prevent that from happening. Like, that's just cruel. That's just cruel. It's cruel and unusual. You know, and imagine, it's wild to me. Like, I had this guy in the comments talking, because I was talking about the measles case in South Carolina, and he was talking about how not enough kids die of measles to even care. And it's like, what if that was your kid, man? Like, what if that was, it's so crazy. We have to get like super specific with selfish people. You know what I mean? What if it was your kid? Right? And I just wrote that off and was like, well, I mean, it's just one kid. If it's my kid, that means a lot to me. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Do we have to do that? Does every single person have to have an individual life event with every single mortal ailment that exists on Earth in order for us to understand what that people are going through? Or can we just have an ounce of sympathy for people and try to build legislation and technology and medical care that we can actually start saving people without people having to go through this? Without, you know, like, can we just increase on improving the quality of life as opposed to limiting the amount of technology and life-saving procedures that we can do on people? I don't know. Just a thought, guys. Just a thought. Can we? It's unbelievable. Ivana, how? I don't know. I'm not a physician myself, so I can only imagine with like just incredible dismay. And I know a lot of people are leaving Republican states because of this, because they don't feel like they can do it. It's an ethical problem, right? As a physician, you are not able to do the thing that you know how to do you are doing harm by doing nothing, and nothing is a decision, right? You are choosing to do something that is harming someone. So therefore, you are going against your Hippocratic oath of doing no harm. That's what it is. My PhD is in microbiology. Exactly, Bailey. Exactly, guys. Indecision is a decision. It is. And with medicine, when time matters, when minutes matter, that's a decision. It's gross, man. It's gross. And I do have a personal, I guess I do. That's not true, Gaynor. Thanks for coming in, Gaynor. Gaynor's here, everyone. Aw, oh, I'm sorry, Ness. Except for San Diego, right, Ness? Except for San Diego. The interview went really well. They offered me the in-person interview within like the first 10 minutes. So that was really nice. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, it's gonna be on Friday. So they're really excited. I know it's crazy, guys. I interviewed. I sent my CV in last Wednesday. Got the email back on Friday. Got the phone interview today within one business day. Now I'm doing the in-person 4-hour interview on Friday. So it's gonna be a week and a half till hopefully I get hired. That'd be cool. Thank you guys. Thank you. I know you guys have been so awesome. Thank you. And yeah. But yeah, it is weird. I guess I do feel more connected to women's health than I think most people feel like, because going through 4 pregnancies. Oh, thank you, Linda. Because Mrs. Dr. G is a NICU nurse. So we deal with this. We deal with this constantly. We deal with the other side of it, right? Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you, guys. We deal with this constantly, with with her stories and talking to me about it. So the idea that it's like it just doesn't happen at all, it never happens. You're like, there's a NICU in every major city across the entire nation. In all of those cases are medical interventions where either the mom or definitely the baby would not be alive anymore, for sure. And to have like these people being impugned, I think it's so gross. I think it's just so gross. It was an interview for strain engineering, a yeast strain engineering job. That it's doing basically what I was doing the last year and a half. So basically genetically engineering microbes in order to do awesome things with them. So that's what I do. Gain of function research on microbes, basically. A 69-year-old doctor has chronic pain and it doesn't do anything. My doctor is down. Okay, Beaver. I'm sorry about that. I'm not a physician. I can't give medical advice, so I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, Priscilla, I'm so sorry to hear about that. I'm so happy I'm glad that you got the care that you needed. Yeah, so yeast and bacteria make awesome things. And we basically I changed the genes and the DNA around of those microbes in order to do cool things with them. So that's how we do it. Not these ones, Heartbreaker, not insulin, but there's a lot of other proteins and antibodies and pharmaceuticals that people do use. It's exactly, Carson. It's atrocious. The maternal and infant mortality rates in this country are so bad. They're so bad. It's an embarrassment, guys. It's just that we shouldn't do it, and a lot of it is because of prenatal care. We don't fund prenatal care at all in this country. I don't know why. I have no we give no support to people. It's just it's wild to me. It's wild to me. So, Jana, I don't. That's weird. Yeah, I'm sorry, Harold. I'm not a physician, so I don't know. I'm a scientist doctor. I don't think that's right, Gaynor. I don't think that doesn't make any sense. Gaynor, who are you? I'm so curious. Who are you? You come in here all the time. It's honestly the trolls that I think about the most. I'll be honest with you. I'm just like, why? A couple times I can understand, but like, how? Constantly coming in here. Are you just constantly on TikTok? And like, because she doesn't follow me, but she's in every single one of my lives and stays here for like an hour, an hour or two. So I don't understand. I don't get it. I know, Lindsay. I don't get it. It must be like saved on her bookmark, like toolbar or something, and then like comes in here. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. Yeah, exactly, Linda. I don't understand. I don't get it. It's very weird. Oh. Oh, nice, Juliana. Good. Yeah. I think so, Blues Man. It is weird. All right, guys. Well, while you're here, if you could just hit this little heart thing, if you could heart your daily heart, I would really appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. I wanted to take a second and okay. Oh, we'll do like the full ads things too. Carson, I don't think so, man. I think iron's a good. I mean, you usually don't need to take it unless you're anemic, though. So I would probably just do some blood work and see if you need to have iron done, which is probably, probably don't have to. It is, Jan does feel that way. It's very weird. Yeah, frick and frack. The problem is natural immunity is acquired by being exposed to something that could kill you. So vaccines don't do that, and viruses can. So that's why we focus on the virus's real effects, the real mortal effects. The real danger is the real actual harm that is done is from the viruses, and we know the vaccine side effect risk factors, and we know how much safer the vaccines are. So that's what we do. Dude, Laughter and Light she's been a follower for a really long time. It's actually really cool. She's somehow got told about the stream, and she's been following me for a really long time, and I've been following her too. So, I mean, we don't know each other, but like she's in here sometimes, and like she's chats, and it's awesome. I'm like really blown away. I really love her content. She had a really good video, guys. I reposted it, and you should watch it. That explained the immunology medicine Nobel. So really, really good, really good. Check her out. Guys, thank you so much. Dak, the latest super fan. Thank you so much. Super fans are awesome, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Super fans and Patreons. Patreons are really good. And guys, the super fans are $10 a month. And I agree that's kind of weird. It's only one thing. So that's why I made the Patreon 3 and 7. So you can go, and then the Patreon gets you into the sub only Discord, where we kind of like chat and do stuff like that. So the link tree has all my links. It has my Discord, the Twitch, the YouTube, all that kind of stuff. My publications as a scientist, guys. And I'm also I'm gonna start an Instagram. Type 1. Here we go. Type 1 in the chat if you think that I would want to do, if you would follow me on Instagram, and I think I should do Instagram content, put my reels on there. You think so? Okay. All right. Cool, guys. Well, let's do that right now. Okay. Cool, guys. Nice. All right. Well, do I got news for you? I have my personal Instagram, but I also have like my TikTok repurposed stuff too. Yeah, I'm doing YouTube shorts too. So, yeah. All right, guys. So I just put Instagram. It's the same thing. Dr. Greg Show. It's everywhere, guys. I use Dr. Greg Show for everything. So, I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out where do I want to push my stuff. It's hard to figure it out sometimes. One second, guys. I'm sorry. This is really good content. This is really good. This is what we pay to see, guys. This is what we pay to see. Yes, Cloud Museum for sure. Yeah, I think that is a real problem, like genuinely. And the data loss and the loss of for NOAA, for NASA, all that kind of stuff is really bad. Like we shouldn't be doing that. We can't be doing that, and it's not okay. All right, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes it's just I got to do this stuff. Thank you guys so much for. I'm new at this. I'm new at the social. I actually gave up. So I deleted all my social media. After in 2016, I was so just like dismayed at how little social media had any difference on getting Trump elected, and I felt like so fake. And I was like, if Trump can't be stymied through social media, like then what is it purposed for? And these social media accounts are just being levied and paid for by these Russian. Oh, is saying that? That's okay. Russia is just paying hundreds of millions of dollars to Facebook to like say that nonsense, and they're getting so much money out of it, and it's like, how is that okay? how is that okay, man? It just blows my mind. So anyway, let's see. All right, guys. This. How's everyone going? I yelled at my friends. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you. It's the mic, guys. It's not my voice. I'm telling you. It's when you hear me, you're like, it's not that good. It's just the mic. I promise. Thanks, man. Thank you. Exactly, Agnes. All right, guys. Well, anyway, so back to it. Thank you guys for the follows. I'm putting my Instagram into, because I honestly didn't think that I wasn't gonna do Instagram, but looking at my demographics, guys, you want to do that? You want me to show you guys? Do you want to look at my demographics real quick? You want to see what I'm talking about? This will actually be kind of funny. Okay, here we go. We'll do it real quick. All right. Okay, here we go.
Huge breakthrough.
Huge breakthrough. Okay, one second. Okay. This is my demographics for my stream. So this is the demographics for my posts. Hi, Julie. How's it going? You're muted. I can't hear you, Julie. So this is for my posts. Okay, these are just for my posts. So 30% 55 and older. 26% 45 through 54. Hi, Julie. Can you hear me? I can hear you. It's so too small. 65% women, 35% male, 5% 18 to 24, 13% 25 to 34, 24% 35 to 44. So, yeah, and then 74% United States, 16% others, and then 3.7% UK. So there you go, Nest. You're in there. Look at that. How's it going, Julie? I can hear you. Isn't that funny? And then this is exactly. What's up, Nez? And then this is, I know exactly, Linda. I know. I'm like too old. You guys, I don't know where to find. This is you guys. That was just my posts. This is you guys. So this is live recommendations, following feed, but this is you guys. Here you guys are. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're muted, Julie. I can hear you though. Can you just speak? So we're a little bit more gender neutral here. 43% male, 57% female. But again, 48% 55 older and older. So I was like, I don't know. I was literally asking ChatGPT, like, what do you think would be like, what would be the demographic that I would need to target because of this? And yeah, they were like YouTube and Instagram. So I already do like my streams on YouTube, and but I don't do the shorts on YouTube yet. I did do it for a little bit, but it takes a lot of time to do it everywhere. So I'm trying to look at where I can put the stuff. Ivana, I honestly think I genuinely do think I get so many bots, and I think that all the bots are male. I mean, sorry, are female, and I think that's why. I think that's why that it skews female so much. Genuinely, that's what I think. Because every single time I see a bot, it's a female bot. You know, so I think that you get that, and it's skewed. Oh yeah, Ness. You know what's so funny is that I go through all my friends, and then I see, yeah, go ahead, Julie. Yeah, go ahead. And I just see what my friends posted, and then I put it down. Like whenever it's something else or someone else, I don't like it. So yeah, lots of millennials. Yeah, exactly, Linda. So I'm wondering. 6'7". What is that? What is that? I don't understand. I don't know, Blues Man. I don't know. People say like you can't say COVID. We've been saying abortion all night. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a science streamer, so I think that it's like medical terminology, maybe. I don't know. Gotcha. It's what the problem is. Exactly. Yeah, Linda. I think you're right. I think you're right. And it's like what's the ethics of using human brain organoids, like cells, like using cells like for research? Hi, Julie.
Hello.
Hi. Yeah. Okay, yeah. You sound far. You're good.
Well, I'm in California. How far could it be?
No, from the speaker, from like the speaker from your phone.
Is that better?
Yeah, are you connected to something Bluetooth maybe?
Yeah. I'm in my car.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe just hit the speaker button or disconnect from your car.
Is that better?
No? You sound far.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Oh, is it raining? Are you driving?
I'm driving.
Yep. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, if you're driving, it's okay. All right, I can hear you though. What's up?
I just have a question. I'm going to go get my flu shot on Friday.
Cool.
And should I get a COVID?
Yeah, you can get the COVID at the same time.
But should I?
Yeah, for sure.
I should get the COVID as well?
Yeah, because it protects you from long COVID, and that could harm you long term. Give you like chronic fatigue syndrome. It could give you trigger a whole lot of other things. It's a neurodegenerative things.
So I can get them at the same time?
Yeah, you should get it.
Both at the same time?
Yeah, get them at the same time.
In the same arm or left, right?
I think it's. I would ask that person. Whatever people are doing. I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right, cool. Thanks, Julie. Have a good one. All right. Nice. Siggy got it in the same arm. They have a combined shot, do they? That'd be cool. That would be cool. Hi, how's it going?
Good. I sent you a PBS video about a new book that just came out.
Okay.
About the kind of the anti-science movement and how people are being like brainwashed into this anti-science stuff that we keep hearing.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, but not also, cool. Not, but you know. No, but
yeah, exactly. But also, if somebody says that they are driving, when they're in your box, you have to drop them immediately because that can get your live shut down.
Okay, thank you.
But the idea that there are all these words that you can't say on TikTok is highly mythologized. Mm-hmm. And it also comes from like 4 and 5 years ago, and they're not doing things the same way that they were. So when everybody's like, oh, you can't say dead. Yeah, you can say dead. Mm-hmm. What you can't do is have a bunch of loud people threatening each other.
Yeah, that seemed like that when I got banned, like I was being like swearing a lot, like really like easy stuff to. And looking back at it, I think that's what it triggered. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
and like if they're really giving misinformation and like repeatedly, and you're not like pushing back on it, that can happen too, because they're expecting you to moderate the misinformation out.
Yeah.
But you can't talk about it without talking about it. So it's like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Julie, you're not allowed to say or admit or in any way acknowledge that you're driving while you're on a TikTok live. And also while you're on Bluetooth in your car, it sounds really, really bad to everybody listening to you.
It's very true.
It just sounds like you're like talking from the bottom of a trash can or something.
It's true. Really, Helen? That's so weird. Yeah, I don't understand. I honestly still don't understand why I got banned exactly, but I don't know. It's very weird.
It's okay, Julie. You didn't do anything wrong. We're just telling you.
Oh, yeah. You're fine.
Well, you can cuss, but it's like when you start getting really, it seems to be looking for very animated, angry, threatening sounding voices in any language, not necessarily the words that are used, but when it sounds like people are kind of like, when they're just getting to the point where it's like too escalated.
Where did you send me the PBS thing? I'm sorry.
I think it to this profile on
okay.
On in DMs, but I can put it on. I think I tried to send it. I think I put it on the Discord also, but
okay, cool.
Yeah, it is, Agnes. It is largely about tone. But we do notice that there was a time that African American lives, or those with sort of African American topics, got over moderated, so they still tend to get over moderated.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Julie, Discord is a separate application where we just kind of can have side conversations and post images to each other and crack jokes, and we can talk about, the t-shirts we're gonna get that say it's grab your Franzia, Dr. Greg is on.
It does happen.
I mean, that was literally that, like that first lady you had up. It was like, it's a Franzia night.
yeah.
No, Discord's, I mean, the biggest problem with Discord, they're just asking in the comments, the biggest problem is Discord is a little bit difficult. It just doesn't really load very well. So then it's hard to use, because it's like, you're like, why isn't it doing the thing?
Yeah.
Julie, check in. It's on, there's a link on Dr. Greg's link tree if you click on his profile.
Yeah, there it is. If you wanted to just the Discord, you can basically paste that into the Discord app, and it's separate than Instagram.
No, it's an app called Discord. You'd have to download the app. But when we figure out, the Dr. Greg merchandise, I think we should. I think that company Silipint makes those unbreakable stemless wine glasses with the lid, with the sippy cup lid. We could get those personalized.
There you go. I like it. Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to I'm gonna put the Instagram in my link tree too, guys, so you can get it. Mava, I know.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, we do need Mava shirts.
That would be sick. That would be sick.
I'm also promoting get your ass vaccinated.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Boutonniere
I mean,
is nice. That'd be cool.
We need boutonnieres. Yes, we do need Dr. Greg boutonnieres. Or at least we could get little, lapel pins.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, exactly. These lapel pins would be perfect. That'd be fun, hilarious.
Maybe we should have shirts that say he's a science doctor.
Exactly. That's good. Dang, dude, I can't. Linktree's weird. Stop not allowing Instagram real quick. Okay. Well, thank you, Bet. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate you. All right, guys. Well, okay. So I wanted to talk about Obama real quick. Probably like another 30 minutes. 30 minutes probably. Oh, nice, Rapture. Oh no. Nope. Every night. Oh, okay, cool, Ness. Well, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out and coming. The interview went well. Thank you. Yeah, it was very cool. I got an in-person in like 3 days on Friday. So it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I got to give a 1-hour presentation, which is pretty standard. Like kind of everyone, has to do that. And then yeah. See you, Ness. Have a good one. Yeah, so we were talking about Obama, and I thought that Obama could have been doing more in terms of like dominating the political space and commanding more attention. So in reality, what I'm advocating for is like more Obama, right? Where he could be more of a player in the social media space. Well, guess who came up on my feed was Obama, and he had a video that he posted. So I wanted to watch it with you guys. Okay, Mimi. Cool. I've become increasingly concerned about the. Sorry, we're gonna actually listen to Obama, not my Obama impression. So I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Let's see here. Again, I like Obama. I wish that he was more involved. So, and it hurts that he's not. He is. He's way too hesitant, and the problem is that Trump is not hesitant. The right never is hesitant, and liberals are always hesitant to get involved, and that's kind of the big problem that we have as a society, is that we have rampant exposure, prolonged exposure to someone like Trump. Meanwhile, we have nibbles. Just like every 4 years, Obama comes up and says like, "Hey, you guys got to vote. Everyone's got to vote. Don't boo, vote." And you're like, "Okay, dude. Like, thank you. I mean, you're not wrong, but also like, stop just hanging out every 4 years and like do something." Oh no. Are they strained, Ivana? Is that what you're saying? They're strained? I think you're right. Call me Bob. Oh. Yeah, I mean, he's not focused on politics at all, and she doesn't like the politics. Doesn't like it. So, yeah.
Increasingly concerned about the rising wave of authoritarianism sweeping the globe. We're seeing politicians target civil society, undermine freedom of the press, weaponize the justice system. And no one is being spared. Even countries that thought they were immune from wholesale assaults on democracy now understand we're all part of this struggle. That's an enormous challenge, but it also means we can learn from each other. I recently sat down with...
I mean, absolutely, man. I think that I agree with him. You know, I think that it's just like, I don't think that it's a rising tide anymore. You know what I mean? This is like, the rising tide would be like 2016. This is like, we got military occupations now. You know, it's not a rising tide of authoritarianism anymore. Like it's happening. The stuff is going on right now. You know, so I don't think. You know, again, I think this is just a little too late.
The 3 leaders who are part of the Obama Foundation's alumni network to discuss their work in Hungary and Poland, 2 countries on the leading edge of confronting autocracy. People like Stefania, Sandor, and Susanna, they give me hope. And it's why a big part of our mission here at the Foundation is to connect, inspire, and empower leaders like them. All 3 of you have been...
Okay, guys. Like, I guess I'm like so content brain now. You know, I'm trying to think about like how to make my stuff, and my stuff isn't good editing, right? I'm not exactly. This is like so just like bro, like are you serious right now? Like that's all he's got? Like this is the duality of Republicans, and why they don't take Democrats seriously is because it's like, does Obama look like he actually cares about this issue at all? Does he actually give off any energy? Does he give off any type of like, and genuinely, I do think that he actually really cares about this issue, and he you know, academically, he's making an academic point, and I totally agree with him. But like at the same time, dude, like Newsom's great. He's the only Democrat that's actually doing what I'm talking about, and about how he actually holds the stage. It's a content world, man. You got to have a content president. You know that I hate that, but it's just what it is. That's how people want the world to be. So you have to do that. Can't just we just kind of like how you guys are on TikTok. I'd prefer to just stream on Twitch and YouTube. It's a lot easier for me. I have to go through a lot more hoops in order to be on TikTok, but you guys are here, so I go through those hoops. You know what I mean? So it's like, whatever you guys want, I'm here for you. You know what I mean? So I'm here because you guys are here. I don't use TikTok myself. Do you know what I mean? It's the same way. Like he's making content like for himself. He's not meeting people where they are. So having like a super dry, like with the media score around it, you know, like really boring edits. And I'm not saying that he should have like some like zany, like, you know, don't be fake about it, but like show some emotion, show something about it. Show something, man. Show something that this matters to you. What's up, Theater Geek? How's it going?
It's been a minute. I'm good. Well, I mean, you know, as good as I can be. Since the last time we talked, we've gone into like full-fledged fascism in this country.
Yeah.
But I just tuned in a second ago to your live tonight. But just the clip that I saw from what you were playing, it's literally would be like being in the 1930s in Germany. And it's like, we have some disagreements.
Yeah.
We need to take some action. It's like, what are we? It's like a 5-alarm fire, dude. Like, what are we doing?
Exactly. It's very discordant. Like, I do think that Obama is measured He's erudite. He's like he has
he's elegant.
Yeah, exactly. So he probably never will be that person. But at the same time, like we all know that Obama can get fired up. Like that's the whole thing. Like, what if you're not fired up right now? Like what?
Right.
Come on, man.
You don't have to be screaming your head off, but like make a video that shows that your voice and your facial expression are matching the gravity of the situation.
Yeah, exactly. Not like a somber like piano riff in the background, like dude. Like, it's like sound like they have the Interstellar background like going on, and I'm like
talking about like our foundation is. It's like, is this a PBS documentary about the pyramids, or like are we?
Yeah, it's like this. Like getting my Starbucks order wrong. I don't know.
You're so right.
I think you know what I mean. I've yet to watch it, but I'm just saying already. Like I feel like, this isn't. I don't think that this is what Obama wanted to make. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that Obama. I think that he is more fired up about this. He is more animated than this. He like if we like watched his kitchen table conversations with Michelle, I guarantee you it's a lot of him talking to her about how insane this is and what's going on, and he needs to do something, and there's something that needs to happen, and Michelle's like, I don't want to get into it. This is kind of like you got to chill. Like do you know what I mean? Like I'm sure a lot of his time is spent getting very, very animated about this stuff. So it's like it just show us that, like be the person that we know that you are, and here, like that's what I think.
No, we've seen him literally give fiery speeches where he is raising his voice. He is like animated and
Cloud, I think the difference is that like Bill Clinton can't hold the social zeitgeist like Obama could. He could hold the attention. He can be he's just really good at being a community organizer. Bill Clinton was never a community organizer like Obama was. So like that we know, and that's what he's best at anyway. So it is good. He's better at that. He's not a very good executive. He's better at being a community organizer anyway. So yeah.
Well, I do have other things I'd love to talk to you about, but I did want to just pop in and say a quick hi. I will let you get on with your evening.
Cool.
But
Thanks,
hopefully we can chat again sometime soon. That'd be great.
Okay, yeah, tomorrow for sure.
All right, take care.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
But Jan, he isn't though. Like he's so much more fired up than this. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think that this is him. You know what I mean? Like I really do. I really do think that he actually is. Hey, voice in Velvet. I didn't, Kimber. No. Okay, so anyway, let's just talk about it. That was my original thoughts. It's just a very somber reflection. A very somber. Like he's not matching, the words aren't matching what he's saying.
Fighting the good fight and rising up in the face of significant challenges to try to strengthen democracy. And so you're setting an example for all of us in the United States, here in the UK.
Democracy is something to be practiced regularly. We need people to be engaged and to be empowered for them to feel the ownership of the country, that it's theirs, and not to give it away to someone.
Oh my God, YouTube Obama Foundation. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I didn't know that this is the, okay, let's watch it. I guys, I was critiquing.
Hello, everybody.
Are you kidding me, guys? This is the
hello, everybody. Hey, we know it is Black History Month. When you hear something
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is literally the first YouTube trailer that the first thing that you go to. He's like 1,000 times more animated and excited about this. And honestly, it's not about Black History Month. That's cool. But like okay. Yeah. Yeah. I care about like democracy and stuff. Yeah, it's kind of cool. You know, it's like, it's okay. All right, yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Democracy is something we should preserve. It's really important. You know, we should, this really, if you don't fight for it, it's kind of gone. You know? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. We got tanks in the streets, dude. We got people being arrested. We got civilians that are being thrown in gulags. We got third world countries where people being sent. Like how? Come on, man. What the hell, dude? Ah! What's going on? Come on. This is the time. This is the time. Like, you have to do something. This is it. God. Come on. Come on. Come on, dude. Let's go. Get fired up, Obama. Please. Please. Okay, it's 25 minutes, but like we're doing it. You can't back out now.
Like many of you, I've become
I don't know, Ivana. I think there's a big problem that, and this is what like a lot of people, the insider accounts and stuff are saying, where it's like they're basically the Democrats are split right now on whether or not this is politics as usual moment or this is like 5-alarm fire. And okay, so I think that it's 5-alarm fire. But I mean, to be honest with you, I think like the whole inflatable frog thing where they are just laughing and making jokes out of the ICE agents that are sitting there that are literally stationed inside their city makes way more of a joke out of them and makes them look foolish way more so than what I would be doing, which would be as the mayor calling for a general strike of the city and shutting it all down. So you know what I mean? Like, I actually think that the humor and not taking them seriously, okay, it's actually shown me, like, it was actually really interesting how effective those go because of the content that is being spun out from that. Again, this is a content world, man. This is why I'm here right now talking to you guys in my room, in my office, because like if you aren't involved in the content and you're not involved in the discussion, it doesn't exist, right? You have to have that conversation. You have to be involved. It's just wild to me how effective making a joke out of it is and not taking it seriously, because then it actually like undercuts everything that they're trying to do. So that's the difference to me. That's it's pretty incredible. So anyway, we'll watch it, guys. So again, the whole video is on here if you wanted to watch this, but we'll bring this up. Yeah, the King's marches are good. The no King's marches, I think that's good. A little too few and far between. I'm 38, I think. Yeah. So that good. Thanks, Miss. Thank you. It went good. I got offered the in-person interview within like 10 minutes, so that was really fun. and really happy and then the in-person is going to be later this week, guys. It's going to be on Friday, 4 hours. If you're a scientist, you're interviewing for jobs, you have to give a 1 hour like presentation of your research, and then have like panel interviews. There's only 14 people in the entire company, and I'm meeting like 10 of them, so it's going to be crazy. Exactly, Ivana. Exactly. Yeah, I think that like as protesters are good in that they are putting out the fire, but the Democratic lawmakers should be doing way more. So it's two different things, right? It's two different things. I'm meeting them because that you have to like, meet. They just want to see who I am, how I am, how I would meet with the team, how I would work with the team, and all that kind of stuff. Like with a company that's small, it's all about how you get along with people. So, okay, let's watch this. Guys, I am not here. I'm a leftist. Okay. I am not, and I don't want this stream and my content to be bashing on Democrats. I don't think that that's the problem. I don't think that they are the problem in this scenario. Even the worst Democrat that does nothing, okay, even the ones that are voting, as long as they caucus with the Democrats, I honestly, genuinely, I don't think that they're a problem. I just don't think that they're a problem. The problem is the Republicans. So that's the thing, is that the Republican Party, in their capitulation with an authoritarian government, an authoritarian leader, that's what the problem is. So I don't want this to be ever to be, and that's why I have tons of critiques against the Democratic Party, but I don't spend a lot of my time bashing on Democrats, because I don't want someone to come in here that's a Republican thinking that this is a safe space, or I agree with them, and I'm not their ally in attacking the Democratic Party. Does that make sense? It's not okay. It's not okay to be voting for Republicans right now. They're anti-American. They're anti-Constitution. The two parties are not the same. Even in the most academic and the most leftist, cultural Marxist analysis of dialectical materialism, of with all the types of capitalist critiques that you want, guys. There is no Marxist critique where even both the parties are the same right now. I am sorry. And it honestly actually really frustrates me that people hide under the guise of Marxism to castigate both the parties as same side of the two coins. I don't think that that's right. But again, my Marxist friends, I don't think that they're the problem. Okay, I think that they're wrong politically and they have the wrong idea, but they're still my allies and they're still my friends, and still we stand together in locked arms against fascism, and that's what's important. That is what is important. Okay, so that's why I don't spend a lot of my time critiquing them. I appreciate them, actually, and I love them. I think that if more people were like them, it'd be better, not worse, right? The problem is more people are succumbing to fascism, not to Marxism. So yeah. So anyway, okay. But we were talking about Obama yesterday. I just want to give a caveat on what my goal is here in talking about this. My goal and why we're talking about this and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, they aren't, Jan, and I agree with you. But we have to, be. They are who we vote them for and as. We have democratically the capability of completely changing their leadership. We have it. Thank you, Blues, man. Have a good one, man. Yeah, they do, JC. They do. Absolutely. Okay. Here we go.
Become increasingly concerned about the rising wave of authoritarianism sweeping the globe.
I don't think so, Monica. I don't think that term limits are the problem. I don't think that I don't like authoritarian curtails of democracy. So I don't agree with that. I think you beat people that are bad in politics through elections, not through term limits. I don't agree with presidential term limits. I don't agree with congressional term limits. I don't agree with judicial term limits.
We're seeing politicians target civil society, undermine freedom of the press, weaponize the justice system. And no one is being spared. Even countries that thought they were immune from wholesale assaults on democracy now understand we're all part of this struggle. That's an enormous challenge, but it also means we can learn from each other. I recently sat down with 3 leaders who are part of the Obama Foundation's alumni network to discuss their work in Hungary and Poland, 2 countries on the leading edge of confronting autocracy. People like Stefania, Sandor, and Susanna, they give me hope. And it's why a big part of our mission here at the Foundation is to connect, inspire, and empower leaders like them.
Hello.
How have you been? Hello. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Hi, good to see you.
So nice to see you again. Come, sit down. All 3 of you have been fighting the good fight and rising up in the face of significant challenges to try to strengthen democracy. And so you're setting an example for all of us in the United States, here in the UK. I wanted to kind of get a sense of how the moment feels to you right now. I wanted to get a sense of the lessons you've learned since we last spoke and what you think is working and what isn't. Mm-hmm. And I thought it would be useful for me also then to get a sense of how the foundation can continue to refine its programming to be more effective in helping people confront some of the challenges that all of you have now experienced. We're going to be opening the Presidential Center next year. There will be a lot of attention on us. We want to use that moment to highlight the work that's already been done. And I think we have the opportunity to start expanding the scope of our efforts. But I'm always a big believer in actually finding out from the people who are doing the work on the ground.
Like what though? Like what are they doing? Like what are the scope of their efforts? Like what are they talking about? Like funding what? Like I don't understand what he's talking about. Like what is he materially talking about there? Funding specific candidates? Talking about like media literacy? Like what would be the idea that the Obama Foundation? I don't know how they spend their money. I do miss him. The idea that he was president in our lifetimes absolutely blows my mind. And I miss a time when, I mean, Biden was good, but the idea that you had an articulate president that could actually say things, that could actually talk on issues. It's like, it just blows my mind. Man, even with what's going on right now with Trump is like even makes me miss when I hear George W. Bush speak. I'm like, man, the idea that I thought George W. Bush was just like the worst, like, and now here we go, here it is. Like, that is just wild to me. So it is so crazy. It's like, it's insane. All right. Swedish isn't socialistic. It's like, isn't it? Isn't it a monarch? Isn't it Swedish? Yeah, it's a monarchy. All right, here we go.
How they're seeing things and what they think would be most helpful. So why don't we just go around and give me a sense of your general perspective, and then maybe I'll follow up with a few questions. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Shall I start? Yeah. So I'm still optimistic. although a little bit less after yesterday's UN session, I must admit. And many of the challenges that are happening in our countries, we are talking to each other, we are talking to Obama leaders, are so universal that it's worrying, that it's global. On the one hand, it's a challenge. On the other hand, it's also the opportunity. Because if we work the playbook well, then we can put it into practice. So with the democracy backsliding up till 2023 and then elections in Poland, we all had immense hope that this is the end of backslide, that the rule of law will be brought back very quickly, and this will be quite easy job considering the civic society movement. Polish civil society really won the elections in the fall of 2023. It was amazing. So many groups, so many activists, women, LGBTQ, minorities, youth, everyone engaged in their different bubbles, but this altogether brought a change.
What did you do?
However, bringing back democracy, as I learned being a deputy minister of justice, isn't that easy. Because you have plenty of groups, plenty of lobbyists who on the one hand want to accountable the previous governments, populists, on the other, are lacking the vision. And this is what I wanted to bring over to you and to discuss with colleagues from the foundation as well, that we are living in a world, this is my definition of the current situation, of crisis of imagination, of vision.
So they're constantly thinking about, how do I get through this next
Yes, and they are looking at the polls, and in the era of lack of authorities on the one hand, and era of influences on the other, this makes the politics very reactive and not politics of long-term visions and imagination. But
That's
also,
true. I mean, it's very true, guys. The problem that the Democrats have right now, there is no utopian thinking. Like what is the world that Democrats are painting for people? No diversity isn't it. Diversity is a pathway, but what does diversity get us? That's the problem. Like, when Trump says "Make America Great Again," he's envisioning that end goal, that painting being a Norman Rockwell painting, right? Where it's just like a white picket fence, two cars out in front, two parents, two kids. It's like people can envision that because it's like that Norman Rockwell thing that people have been given. But what is the democratic utopia that everyone is striving for? Exactly, Kava. Exactly. Like we're using technology for sure, but what is that technology getting us? That is the struggle. And there, as no leader exists within the Democratic Party, there is none. JC, it's not about everyone having their homelands. It's about having like a unified theory of what we can get done if we actually get it going. The problem is the Democratic Party spent more time doing 400-page healthcare analyses and reports on the different policies that we're going to have, and not the envisioned what's going to happen. So no, you're misunderstanding, JC. Like, what I'm saying is that like diversity is a good thing. Okay, diversity is a good thing. What does diversity get? It's a road. It's a pathway to what? I mean, that's the joke of the, that the Star Trek society. That is like genuinely, if that could be it. It could be like a Star Trek like society, and that's the space communism meme, right? Where it's like, cashless, everyone has abundance, there is no wars. You don't have to worry about life, so you can just do what you want, kind of thing, because we have the money and we have the capabilities to just provide, someone. That's what the gay space communism like joke is all about. Even that is a better future than what the Democrats are proposing right now. Do you understand what I'm talking about? A world resilient to climate change, yeah, with new technologies of different types of energies, with energy. But at the end of the day, hopefully we need to have a future that we are all fighting for, that we can envision. And I do think that it is through technology. Obviously, I'm a scientist, so I'm a really, I do think that technology and science is that path forward for us. But we have to talk about that. There's not enough utopian thinking, is what I'm saying. Give me your utopia. Give me what you guys are talking about. Give me what does it feel like to live in your world, in your dream society? Like, what do you see, guys? Like, what do you envision in your brain? Like, what is it like? Do you know what I mean? And then that gets people into a sense of, oh wow, I want to live there. Like, let's do that. And you're not going to get that there. You're not going to get it there in a presidential run, obviously. But the idea is that you get some of it, and you know what you're talking. Like you can understand it. Equal access to government, true. Healthcare, income security, true. Yeah, exactly. Where you don't have to worry about your income in order to provide for your family. That you have stable employment. That you can have a job, that gainfully employed in an industry that you want to be in. What about that, guys? Not just everyone has a job, but everyone has a job that they want to have. Right? How many people are stuck in their career path, not because they want to be, but because they're stuck in that? Maybe we could have a society where everyone gets to have a job that they want to have. That people will have an economy that they can want to contribute to because they feel like they have a place in it. Like, this is what we're talking about. Exactly, guys. Exactly. I don't think I don't think so, JC.
Another issue that I'm worried about, especially when I listened to some of the speeches yesterday at the General Assembly, is the language. The language that is used by populists, by authoritarians, using the common words but giving them different meaning. And there is a lot of grievance in this language, and it's weaponizing the fear among the societies. Now the immigration, but it can be any fear, you name it, but the fear as an emotion. Mm-hmm. So I think that leaders throughout the world have to face this grievance and see what is underneath. I was even talking to the taxi driver today when I was coming from Heathrow. I like this test very much because I asked him, I read about the rally.
I know, I'm just saying that the problem is, part of it is like, it's text, there's no nuance here. So I'm like kind of thinking, but it reminded me of like forced deportations. You know what I mean? Everyone can go back to their homelands. That's like, you know what I mean? That's, I'm like, that seems like very forced deportation. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, Dan. Exactly.
Against immigration in London that happened recently. What do you reckon?
For who?
And he
JC?
said, yes, they are taking our jobs. They are taking our health.
They are home. People are home that are here. This is their home. That's the point. They are here and they are home. Americans are born everywhere in the world, and then they come home to live in America. That's the idea. America's home for anyone that wants to accomplish big things, solve big problems, and care for one another. If you are that way, then you are an American citizen in my mind. It doesn't matter. I don't understand what what you're talking about. Okay, that's fine.
Healthcare system. My kid has to wait 3 days to get to the doctor.
Rapture,
and the immigrants that are placed in hotels, they're getting 24-hour health service.
Right.
And we shouldn't turn a blind eye upon this problem because this is what people feel.
Right.
We should address it directly.
Right.
And unfortunately, leaders also in Poland are afraid to do so.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
yeah, I think this is all things that I could really repeat from our experience in Hungary. So showing that the problems are really similar. And what I think want to connect to one thing is definitely, you mentioned reactivity, is I think what we saw in the last 15 years of, let's say, anti-democratic government in Hungary is that those in power managed to set the agenda constantly, and everyone,
dude,
even the...
I hate that Obama is just wearing a suit jacket here. I think he's wearing a suit without a tie, which is so... I hate that. I hate that so much. Looks bad.
Media was always following them and playing according...
No, you got to wear a blazer. If you're going to just wear it, no, but it's not casual. That's the thing. This guy's wearing a casual thing. This is like a knit blazer, you know? It's like, this is better, I feel
rules, their game. And obviously in that game, and they always shift the rules according to what's most favorable to them, you have a much harder time to be present or represent what you're standing for. And I think it's now a bit changing that people start to understand that, and I think that matters a lot when we talk about...
Tan suit, dude. Why not? Dude can't get a break, man. Dude. JC, please don't call people sweetie or honey. It sounds very like little broy. Please, I'd appreciate it if you just didn't do that. I want to know why you believe the two-party system will save us. I think that it's kind of ironic. I think that the Americans would actually like the parliamentarian system a little bit more, which is like proportional representation based off of percentages, not on like representatives. So I do think, yeah, I mean, again, I think that when people say that they have a problem with the two-party system, what I think that they're saying is that they have a problem with the mechanics of our democracy, and I think it has to do with first past the post voting systems than it does with the two-party system. So, for example, you could have in a ranked choice voting system, you could have multiple parties, and it would be completely viable. It's an anachronism of first past the post. It doesn't have anything to do with parties. So like what's happening in Maine and stuff like that, where, or in New York City, it's like you can have a lot of different parties, you know, so there's nothing inherently structural in the US Constitution that bans political parties or supports political parties other than past the post. So that means that 50% plus one vote means that you win, you know, versus like a ranked choice system. You could have a lot of different people, a lot of different parties. How would the ranked choice voting matter with the Electoral College? That's a really good point. I mean, you would have each of the states. So one, the Electoral College, each of those states could be whatever we want it to be. So I actually think that the Electoral College system is actually from the fact that the states run the federal elections, not the federal elections itself. So this is actually really interesting. I did a lot of research and reading on this after Trump tried to hack the Electoral College, basically. But the Electoral College Count Act is important. The Electoral College is important, actually, because the Electoral College is the way and the check to see that the federal government knows that the state election result was legitimate. It's the handshake deal. It is very like maybe performative, but it was basically during a time when, and you had this after the Civil War, you had people coming through, and this was like, man, someone correct me if you know, please. It was like the election of like 1876 or something, and we like still don't know the electoral counts of some of the states, because you basically had states in the South coming, and you had their votes being like, okay, hey, yeah, we're gonna say this guy won, and then this was the actual vote. The count was Bob won. It's like Bob versus Joe, right? Bob actually was the real winner in the election. But what happened was after the Civil War, they wanted to fuck with the South and stuff like that, and the South wanted to change the votes so that they were more consternacious against the federal government. So they said, actually, hey, I'm from Georgia. I'm the real elector, and Joe won, actually. So how would they know? So how, as the federal government, how would you know who actually won if you have two groups of people both saying that they won? One says Bob won, one says Joe won. Well, it's the Electoral College system. So the Electoral College system, where the states themselves actually vote and say, this is how many votes we have, this is who it is, and that's how what it is. But people don't realize, and what's really frustrating is that the disproportionate vote tallying of each of the states is completely arbitrary. You could change that. You could change it so that every year the Electoral College votes are aligned with the population of the state in proportion to the other states. So it would basically just be a popular vote. You could have that with the Electoral College, but the Electoral College is really important because it's that handshake, it's that dance between the state government that is actually running the federal elections for the federal government, and the federal government to know that the states actually are doing the thing that they are saying that they are. And it's another check to know that, I mean, this was the original, this is Federalist Paper 10, I think. Federalist Paper 10. So they had basically the Federalist paper, the idea of the Electoral College was also a stopgap measure at the very end, where you could have someone say, hey, this guy isn't what he's saying it is. It's a last ditch metric to be like, this isn't what it is. We need to redo this. We need to redo this election because he's not. We can't vote this guy in. So it's a stopgap measure to prevent someone that's bought and paid for by a foreign government, just like Trump was. So. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you can read the DC indictment. You can read the Electoral Count Act. That's where you should start and read both of those. I mean, what they were originally in and how it was put in, in the 1790s is a lot different than what it actually was after the Electoral Count Act. And what it is now. So, yeah.
Protecting democracy, that maybe we should rather talk about renewing democracy. So forget about what has been lost because it's over.
Yeah, and you should. Yeah. The proportion of the states in the federal election is completely arbitrary and it can be changed. You could we could have it so every single vote, every single that Mississippi decides the election, they get all 538 electoral votes, and everyone else gets 0. I mean, you could do that. You could write it into the Constitution that all the electoral college votes come from there, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? It could be whatever we want it to be. So we could make it proportional. We could make it how it is. It's just is what it is. You know. I definitely think that the rewriting of the Constitution needs to happen after Trump has pretty much exposed how the judicial system is completely ill-equipped to deal with an executive. I do think that you have to have the Justice Department inside of the branch, the judicial branch of the government. But you know, that's just me. I don't believe in a constitutional convention right now. And that is, by the way, what all the billionaires want. There is a constitutional convention right now so that they could have all the power going through a constitutional convention and rewrite the Constitution how they want it. So that is very dangerous. And the dissolution of the government would put them even more power. So if you really want the billionaires to win, you give them a constitutional convention. If you really want no hope in us to go into a feudalistic society where the billionaires are kings, then the dissolution of the government is right there too. Okay, buddy. I literally read Supreme Court decisions for fun, so I'm with you. I mean, sorry.
I think there is a change in an epoch. In what we've grown up and how we, experience democracy, and a lot of good things I think we should keep from that, the spirit. But we cannot go back to these structures, and much more energy should go into. And here's where I connect to your thought about the vision and the ideas of how do the future looks for us. How does the world we want to live in looks like? Because there I see a serious gap that those people with progressive thoughts, with beliefs in humanity, in values that I think we all stand for, cannot really formulate an attractive vision and the path forward that people feel it's worth following, or for which they even feel it's worth sacrificing.
Kings. No, they're not, Catherine. They're not kings. They're not. Because kings actually did exist. Feudalism did exist. And we overthrew feudalism, and that's what existed 1,000 years ago, and we overthrew that. So it's a lot better now. You have a lot better of an outlook now than you do or did as a slave or a serf during feudal times. It's really important for you to realize that they are not kings. It's plutocratic, it's oligarchical. Whatever it's fascist, use it. Use all that. I totally understand there, but they're not kings. It's really important to be specific in your language. I mean, okay, Oust, that's not what's actually happening. The unitary executive theory that the Roberts Court is pushing right now doesn't say that the minority is represented at all. It's all about what the president wants. So that's not it.
Because, as you said, now I think a lot of people are driven by their fears.
Yeah, and exactly. So there's still the systemic problems with it, there obviously, but I'm just saying that the electoral college is the handshake between the states and the federal government.
And that's like a very fruitful environment for those who wanna exploit these fears for their various authoritarian, populist, whatever purposes. So we need to, I think, work a lot on regaining more power to people and citizens. And you know, just adding to that, if we talk about democracy, that's a structure. But I think there are serious flaws in the system that has led us here, like, you know, the power of big companies, the technologies that we have that's out of control, and these things we cannot simply solve by digging more in, and nationalism and going.
That is so true. Like, I definitely think that we need like a TR style trust busting thing where we just go through and break up a lot of these companies, like the Magnificent Seven, like companies, like they're so big, they're not even just monopolies. They're like mega monopolies where they actually monopolies in more than one space. It's dangerous. It's wild. We definitely need them to be like broken up. And honestly, we need the FDA to go through and like crack the whip on a lot of these fake treatments, guys. Like these anti-vax rosemary tinctures where they're saying that they're curing stuff, and that they're the ivermectin boxes that are being sold. Like we need some snake oil salesman regulation. We need some regulation on big companies. We need some monopolies breaking down. Yeah. It's the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission.
Even further into nation state instead of opening up and connecting.
When I'm reading the news, then I'm not really hopeful.
Yeah, exactly.
But being a human rights defender and working with communities in Hungary for 20 years, I used to say that I have a magnifying glass. So I'm not just taking the bird's eye view, but I'm really seeing what's happening on the ground. And that's where I gain really my hope. Right. And I think this is where we should turn our attention, because I agree that democracy was not working, because what we have seen last year in the year of election.
That's the thing, is that people can buy it constantly, and you have prescription strength ivermectin being sold on TikTok. Dr. T, what's up? So yeah, you have huge problems of these naturopaths, all that nonsense that just needs to be regulated. The snake oil salesman stuff has to stop, and the conspiracy theory stuff has to stop.
Is that not only authoritarians came to power, but also incumbents were voted out of power. Right. And I think it's because people are really, in general, disappointed in democracy. So instead of trying to fix it,
but dude, also, how can she not talk about the pandemic though? I mean, the way that the incumbents were thrown out was because of the pandemic, not just because democracy was ineffective. It was more of a like wholesale, like this sucked. I don't agree with it. Oh, thanks, Sam. How's it going? So yeah, it's very weird. I don't know. Oh yes, Ducre, I saw that. It was such a good point. Yeah, all these questions and all these problems being like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, it's so crazy how big pharma funds all these studies and stuff, and it's like, yeah, at least they fund studies. At least there are studies showing that it is true. I mean, I love that framing. That is so true. I'm gonna totally take that. It's such a good point, Ducre. Like, man. Gosh, it's the ability of people to be shameless and take the worst aspect of their ideology and push it onto other people and be like, you deal with this. Here, you own this now. You own my insecurity. It's like, what? How is that possible?
Why not start really from the local level to really work on that? Right. And I spent a lot of time, talking about rule of law and waning trust in democratic institutions.
Why would I have to let go of all my beliefs next? What are you talking about? Why would I want to get rid of science? What are you talking about? I don't think that pharmaceutical ads should be legal. I don't think that marketing should be legal at all. I would ban billboards. I would ban ads. I'd ban all of it. How much do they pay me? Okay, JC, I want you to do this, okay? Okay. Okay, so look in your mom's phone, okay? And then I want you to go to her banking app, all right? And sort by largest deposit or the largest withdrawal. Zelle, go to Zelle, and that's where you'll find my name and how much your mom pays me. So that's who pays me. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Oh, you make it too easy.
But I think we often overlook the fact that there is also a declining trust interpersonally. Mm-hmm. So between people, there is social fragmentation, polarization. Right. We kind of forgot or maybe never knew how to speak with people who disagree with us. And I think that's a real problem because at the same time, if we look at opinion polls, we see that people generally, majorities, agree on what are the top priorities for them. And usually they also agree on how to solve them, or at least the principles. Yet they are not able really to come together. So democracy.
I don't think so, Cloud. I don't think that people should be prescribed or advertised at all because it's just perverse incentives and it's not good. I don't think it's good.
Is very much about this local level, right, and also about these micro skills of cooperation, mm-hmm, of reaching across the divide, of really, mm-hmm, speaking to people who agree on something and being able to come together, right, and compromise. And I think this is where we should really focus our attention to, be it local governments, participate.
How old do you think I am? Oh, okay, Cloudman. Oh, all good.
Programs. Mm-hmm. I'm really interested in how they can involve less privileged people. Also, not only involve people individually, mm-hmm, so they vote on a participatory budget, but how they can encourage people to come together and really practice these skills, right, for cooperation, mm-hmm, that are essential for democracy.
Right. Well, see if
I mean, I don't agree with her in the fact that I don't think it's our ability to talk to people that has waned. Okay. Our trust in institutions hasn't gone down wholesale. It's in science specifically. It's just Republicans and their adherence to conspiracies that is the problem. You can't talk to someone when they're bathed in conspiracy and they don't accept reality. That's the problem. So it's like, I mean, I don't think that Hungary is probably having the misinformation and conspiracy problems that we're having in the United States, but it's hard to talk to someone when they aren't living in the same reality. Their social media algorithm gives them a world that is completely separate than the one that you see. So obviously, talking to that person is going to be strained. It's going to be strained with it. But the problem isn't the person that can't talk to that person. The problem is the person in the conspiracy world. Does that make sense?
If I'm hearing some of the themes that you're talking about correctly, The way I describe it is that the liberal democratic market-based order that was dominant post-World War II in what was then called the West, and then subsequently after the fall of the Iron Curtain, then spread throughout Europe. A big challenge is that the governments themselves, whether center right or center left, were losing touch with people and weren't delivering on some of the basic hopes and dreams of people. And so you get frustrated with government, period. That obviously then opens the door for right-wing populism, anti-immigrant sentiment, anger, grievances, right? And
I mean, that's just history. He hasn't even said anything that's really controversial yet. I mean, it's all true. Can I play a song? What are you talking about? Exactly, Billy. What is JC? I don't understand. This just came out 2 days ago. The Obama Foundation.
And so what I'm hearing is that, and you see this a little bit in the United States, this promise to go back to the way things were, but you might win an election, but you're not going to win a majority to really move forward unless you're able to address some of the failures of the old system. Right? Yep. So that's one big piece of business. And the second thing is...
Guys, it doesn't... Again, it's not talking... Social media is not right in the fact that it's not about the government's inability to solve problems. A lot of these problems, like crime, for example, is the lowest rate in like 50 years for a lot of cities, a lot of states, a lot of countries. We're at historic lows. But what do right-wing populists allow and utilize in order to make people think that they need to take hold of the city? They need military in the streets. There's crime waves. There's a crime wave happening. Everything's happening. Everything's going down. And what do they utilize is that these algorithms push these conspiracies onto people because they're more likely to engage on them. So again, people are living in false realities. They are living inside of worlds that do not exist outside of the reality. So again, you can solve problems, right? You could solve everyone's problem. You could give everyone a UBI of $10,000 a month. Okay? You could give everyone a UBI of $10,000 a month, and everyone would think that would be incredible. And they would think, wow, all my problems are solved. This is great. This is so much money. I have all my problems are solved. And then you could have you could have algorithms that are pushing, nonsense about someone's getting more than you, or someone, specific people aren't getting their UBI payment, even though they are. Maybe everyone actually is. Do you know what I mean? You could push alternate realities on people that even on society's most wanted legislation that everyone would be the most happy about, they wouldn't want it. They wouldn't like it. They would be mad about it. So that's the problem. It's not our ability as governments to solve problems anymore. It's people's inability to understand what happens and their inability to actually accept reality that is actually happening. That's the big problem.
Is that how we engage people in this new era with social media and with huge gaps in wealth and the complexities of the modern economy? People feel as if they don't have control, and they feel as if Their politicians often don't have control over all the different forces there. And we haven't figured out, all right, what are the new forms of participation that can engage people and make them feel empowered so that when they act, it's going to make a difference for them and their families. And then
it's, again, what if they did? What if they did? And okay, let's give it to him. Let's give Obama. What if they found that thing and it did make a difference in people's lives? And then you found out that the counterexample was happening through social media and that's actually 10 times worse. What are people actually going to believe? The thing that's in front of them in their social media feed because it's being pushed at them 100 times harder, and they're not going to believe the reality that's in front of their face. House, because we live in a society, dude. Because you need to public health is important. We live in a government that we all have to look out for one another, and we have to, that you don't live by yourself in the world. That's what happens. No, we're not the sickest that we've ever been. That's nonsense. Again, that's crazy talk. People used to live until they're 35 years old. The average age was 38. So like you think that now our life expectancy is 80 years old. People used to die when they're 35 normally. But somehow it's the group that are living until they're 80 years old normal and on average, that's the sickest people. Okay, well then you're lost then if you think that that's true. I mean, you're lost if you think that people used to live until they're older than 80s. So you're not true.
The last thing, which is
exactly, man.
The point you made about working local.
It doesn't matter.
It's a broader principle, which is how do we rebuild social trust? Because the thing we've learned is social media is very good at making people fearful of or angry about those who don't agree with them.
Exactly.
What we haven't figured out is how do we get people to be able to work together despite not agreeing on everything. And probably a lot of that work has to be done from the bottom up, because at national levels, everything gets polarized and the lines get drawn very quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I do agree with that. I think that like a good way for people to understand one another and to actually start building, I think the best thing, if you're a fellow lefty like me, my fellow Democrats, the best thing that you could do in order to help us win the next election would be to join a sports team, join a social club, do something where you're intermingling, you're getting healthy, you're getting, you're out there with other people, you're learning, plant some native plants, but then take a gardening class at your local nursery, Rapture, like take something like that. Knitting groups, exactly. To do stuff like that where you're actually doing things to get meeting other people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different, all that kind of stuff. It's a better way of meeting more people and create those stories, reaching out to one another, reaching out to other people in different communities that are being impacted by Trump, learning about one another, what we've gone through. It's going to enable us to talk about how people have been impacted by Trump. Exactly, Matt. What are you talking about? JC, you're all over the place. I agree. 5 minute. I agree. I know, it seems like it. Seems like it. Okay, here we go.
I guess my question would be,
it went well. It went well, Duke. It went well. Within the first 10 minutes, they were basically like, yeah, well, we want to interview you in person on Friday. So it was cool. Like, I interviewed on Wednesday, got the email on Friday that they wanted to do a phone interview, did it the next day on Monday, and now Monday they wanted to do the in-person on Friday. So it's only 14 people. So it's like, it's a really small company. So it's a really cool opportunity. So I love it. Yeah, lovely. Exactly. It's a strain engineering job. It's basically what I was doing at my old job. It's just doing microbiology to make better strains of yeast in order to make more proteins, basically. So I'm gain of functioning a yeast strain and bacteria and all that kind of stuff. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you. I think so too, Matt. I think that, and he's not doing the things that he said that he was going to do. So thank you, Y. We haven't gotten it yet. I don't have it yet, but hopefully. Thank you, Cousin Blue. Thank you.
Hinted at some things, but when you're talking to your peers, both in country and then across.
I mean, I agree, JC. If you're talking about billionaires, then I agree with you. Okay, we have to be very specific, guys. We do have to. If you're talking about they, and we have to be careful. Billionaires is who we're talking about. We're not talking about lizard people. We're not talking about Jewish people controlling the world. We're talking about billionaires. Billionaires control the world. Okay? Let's be very specific. Yeah, JC, you're giving me really weird vibes right now. So I don't know. So again. Okay. Thanks, JC. Yeah. Frank, that's a good point. Exactly, Matt. Exactly, man. It's like it's guys, like the amount of money that the billionaires have, like Elon just did a deal with Tesla to make him a trillionaire. I don't think so. I don't think I've spoken to JC. I know it's Cloud. This is one of the reasons why I like people that are dissenting in chat, because I say things and people don't believe it, and then people are in chat are like, no, that's what I believe for sure, and I'm like, phew. Thank you, JC. You've been here for like 3 hours now, so I appreciate you hanging out, I guess.
The Obama Foundation Network. What kinds of answers have you started seeing, even if they're not completely there? So, for example, I mean, you've got a position inside your government, and obviously there are day-to-day issues that you have to deal with. But when you think of, all right, what would be the vision that you think could excite and engage people? When you think of, here are one or two things that make it difficult for people to have faith and confidence in government and the results of democracy. And so as a consequence, if we fixed one or two of these things, it wouldn't solve all the problems, but it would be a good step forward. Just give me a sense of what you're seeing out there, or what you'd like to see more of.
Well,
Obama's so tired. Like, it's just, I don't know. I do worry that, like, no, the Cloud, he's definitely, how old is he? I don't know. That's a good question. 60s? He's just really, he just seems very tired in this video.
Oh, for sure.
Tell me what you
give me a sense of solve all the problems, but it would be a good step forward.
Give me something. Give me something right there. That's what I'm trying. You know what I mean? That's how he's coming off right now. Just give Give me something. We talk something real quick. I don't know. It's like, it's like, come on, man, come on. Exactly, Dr. T. That's what I was so frustrated with him. Like, how is he over it? This is like the time that he was like elected to be. He has to have, like, come on, man. He has so much power in this scenario, in our culture, in our society, to actually bully pulpit and community organize. Like, he is literally what we need. And it's like, guys, it's like Fat Thor. That's what that's what this is. Obama's Fat Thor. This is what I'm looking at. This is it. This is what we're looking at. And we're like, bro, like, well, come on, man. Come on, Obama. Like, come on, dude. Like, let's go, dude. Come on. Like, we need you. We need you. Like, you gotta come on, dude. Please, Obama. I know, I agree with Dr. T. I agree with you. But right now, we have nobody else. So and for the last 10 years, we had nobody. So, like, now we do have, like, Gavin is kind of like taken over. You know, Newsom is basically the only person that's carrying this torch right now. Like for real, he's like the only person. But like the last 10 years, Trump has dominated our politics, and we haven't had a single person that could community organize for the Democrats, and we were hurt by that. We were hurt by that. Dude, it's not about trusting Newsom. It's not about liking Newsom's politics. That's not what we're doing here. Like that is, we have to win elections, guys. That's the first point. We have to win elections first. That's it. That's the most important part of this whole thing. You don't win the election, you're done. You know, so Newsom is the way to win the election. And that's it. That's just what it is.
Just give me a sense of what you're seeing out there, or what you'd like to see.
We can't just overthrow Envy because, are you talking about the Democratic Party? Like, why can't we just overthrow the Democratic Party entirely? I'm not opposed to that at the local level. Like, I totally think that people should get radical at the local level, and I think that's fine. The whole thing, because then you hand, if you overthrow the government, then you hand all the resources and everything. Like, if you think capital is powerful now, then without the guardrails of our government, that capital has even more power. And in that vacuum, the government, that structure disappears. And what happens is that the billionaires fill that power vacuum with their capital. And they would have even higher disproportionate influence on our politics. So it's even more dangerous. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, for sure, I think to engage people, you have to have this end vision, so ending point, and you have to grow a path forward, this ending point with the stages, so that people know at which stage you are in reforming some kind of legal area. I was responsible for family justice. Generally boring subject when it comes to non-lawyers and people who are not
it's so true.
Parties to the family courts proceedings. However, you can
I agree, Matt. Yeah, I agree. It's MB. I'm calling for a political revolution. That's what I want. It's absolute. I want a political revolution. That's what I'm saying. But like, in order to run and finish the marathon, my friend, we have to patch we have a gashing wound. You know what I mean? Like, or we have a gashing wound at the side of our stomach right now, and we're bleeding out, and we need to like put some gauze and we need to put some Band-Aid on it so we can keep going, and that is what we have. We have to keep going forward.
Show them, relate to them, this end vision and the stages. But what's crucial for me is how you communicate it. So be authentic in this, be integral, admit to some of the hiccups.
That's the vaccine adverse events reporting system.
On the way, show the difficulties, because people feel
exactly, Dr. T. Yeah, I think that people underestimate like Trump won without the political Republican support. Like, I think that it's a lot easier, I think, than people realize, to just, instead of like a re-envisioning of what America is with a political revolution that's like completely changes things, I think that you could have it within the Democratic Party, like genuinely. I think it's pretty easy. Yeah, I agree, Abby. Yo, what's up, guys? Yeah, exactly.
Feel them. There is immense backlog of cases. You cannot pretend it's not non-existent. You cannot say that 2 years waiting for the first court hearing is, it's just not justice, to be honest. And you have to be authentic to be a true leader nowadays, in the era of social media, where you have influencer talking about eyebrows and so on and so forth. So, I mean, you have to be authentic, being also a political leader, because otherwise people will just move to another video. Right. But another thought, if I may, Mr. President, is built on what you said and Steffi, that I sense that for 20 plus years, we kept on limiting democracy to voting. I mean, and democracy is something to be practiced every day or every week, regularly. Right. And people, it was kind of social agreement between politicians. Politicians were to take care of economy, and people were to turn for voting every 4 years, every 5 years. But it's not enough. We need active citizenry, and this is the lesson also learned after the Second World War. Hannah Arendt was writing about this. We need people to be engaged and to be empowered, for them to feel the ownership of the country, that it's there.
Yeah, exactly, Ducre. Voting is like the bare minimum. You know what I mean? That is the bare minimum that people should be getting involved. Like it really has to start with so much more than that. It's super important.
There's a responsibility, and not to give it away to someone. Right.
Yes, in our work, I think a fundamental shift was, as an anti-corruption organization, to understand that simply exposing corruption won't solve the problem. And we started to think more and more, okay, what can we do to actually foster good governance, or understanding that the best antidote against corruption is if you have citizens who care about the institutions, who care about the state, and they themselves don't allow corruption to happen, because they don't play that game. And for us, this shift was also a shift towards turning to the local level, because our belief was that from there, if we can help nurturing a new generation of decision maker, public administration, that thinks totally different about public service and the connection to citizens, then we can, first of all, pose a contrast to the national level, where we have a totally authoritarian turn, and people understand that, wow, there is a difference between what they're doing there and what's, we can practice locally in matters that, really you can really connect to, because you see the streets that are broken, you see all these little problems that matter in your everyday life. So we started to empower local governments, also developing technologies that help them to involve citizens in their work, and also to become much more transparent and accountable. So people really feel that this is something that belongs to us. This is something where protecting. This is something worth participating in and developing together. I think the challenge.
Yeah, getting people involved, man. Getting people involved to actually make a difference and stuff. Oh, thank Kathleen. Thank you. I'm with you, Cloud. No, I mean, I'm with you. I'm an academic, man. I like this stuff too. Like I do like the more like lofty, erudite conversations and stuff. I just haven't seen anything from Obama for a while. Maybe I'm just not subscribed to him. I don't know. It just showed up in my feed. I don't know. I thought this was like the first thing I've seen for like a long time, since November, from him. So, you know, that's the thing. We're talking about how Obama's foundation and the partners in their foundation helped battle authoritarian governments in their own countries. So Hungary, Poland all had democracies that were taken over by right-wing authoritarians. And then how did they combat that? Like, what did they do in order to help overthrow that? Yeah, welcome in, Anja.
Comes after that.
Obama,
and we see that, you know, there are very nice success stories, and there's some really beautiful experiences when, you know, a finance department of a city sits down with the citizens discussing a problem, and they start to understand each other, and the whole thing about bureaucracy vanishes, and it becomes life.
Humans.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing. I think that what we're challenging with, and what's here the problem is how you make the connection between the local level and the national level, because we already see that there are many talented people who just say, I don't want to participate in that because it's so ugly, it's so violent, it's
too risky.
Yeah, it's too risky. So I think that's, I would say, for us currently a challenge where we're thinking about how can we make that connection that this very good spirit can.
Although part of what you're doing, though, and this goes, Steffi, to what you were saying.
Yeah, dude, why wouldn't you believe in democracy? I don't know, that's so crazy. I know exactly, Dr. T. It's like, what did Jill Stein ever do with anything, or try to do anything, or run a city, or like what did they do other than like a book tour every 4 years? It's ridiculous.
You build good habits, and you raise people's expectations about what's possible, and that's the beginning of then that contrast creates the possibility at some point of transformation at the national level as well. But you have to break the initial cynicism, right? That everything's the way it is and there's nothing that we can do about it.
And if I may add one learning, I think, from, you know, this 15 years of anti-democratic rule, and also I think it applies a bit to what's going on in the US currently, is that politics has much more power than we thought. So these guys actually exploit politics, unfortunately for the worse, but they show that there is much more energy and potential into what a government can achieve if they want to do something. It's unfortunate.
Well, it's an interesting question that I'm grappling with, obviously, because I'm watching what's happening now.
How do you combat misinformation? Man, that's a great question. I don't know. Because I get trapped up in it too. As a scientist, I'm telling the actual answer to the conspiracy, and I get pushed into misinformation traps as well. Like the algorithm pushes me too. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I would honestly rather have like less algorithmic misinformation done by the AI and have more community notes kind of thing like they do with X. Because then it's like, at least I'm not at the risk of like getting banned for a week. You know, I already have like a strike against my account now. It's crazy. So I don't like that at all. I think what he was talking about though is really interesting, and the guise of like keeping the democratic wheels close to the citizens and at the local level. I do agree, and I do think that people should be more involved. I actually like the idea of like civil service being required. I think that like after high school, you should be required to do a couple years, not necessarily in the military, but you could do the military if you wanted, but like government sometimes, like doing 2 years as a at the city hall level, at the state level, at the federal level, working at a nonprofit, any type of community building feedback. I think that would be an interesting way to actually have people connected again to their governments, and they'd be less likely to think that the government was rigging the election if they knew more people in government, you know? Oh, nice, Cloud. Nice. Perfect.
And it goes to the point about not returning to exactly what was being done before, where things were stuck. The challenge we have, right, is that authoritarians can get things done just by breaking things. They haven't shown themselves to be particularly good at building things, but they can tear things down, remove constraints on their actions, and empower themselves in a small group. Now, in terms of being able to solve some of the big problems around healthcare or education, they're not so much, because that does require creating new structures. It's not just a matter of getting a cut, taking a piece of whatever is being done and making sure your friends are rewarded and your enemies are punished. But I do think the insight it speaks to, if we are renewing, reforming, recreating a democracy for the 21st century, that some of the old impediments have to be cleared away. So in the United States, for example, there will need to be laws that are changed so that action can be taken more effectively, more quickly, to respond to problems in a lawful way.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
I think what we've seen is...
That's interesting. Wow, guys, did you hear that? Obama basically is... Wow. That's really interesting. That is Obama reflecting on his second term, how in the first term he was completely frozen out and how he couldn't get anything done. And in the second term, he's basically saying that, especially with now, and honestly, the Roberts Court agrees with him, and the Roberts Court gives the executive so much more power and leeway than they should. Obama saying that, yeah, we should have some the executive should have some more power than constitutionally required right now. The laws need to be changed to give the executive more power. Wow. I mean, this is the crossroads that I've been talking about, guys. Like, does the Democratic Party take the Constitution as it's written now, that the Justice Court is upheld, or do they go back to the 1790s Constitution and try to redo the old path? Obama is here saying we need to go that new path. We need to go with the 2025 Constitution, not the 1790 Constitution. That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that, actually. He could have done more too. Dr. T, I agree.
That when people are frustrated, they're willing to take any kind of action, even if it's unlawful, because at least there's a sense of, well, something's happening.
Hi, Jax.
Right? And that's something that I think everybody has to internalize at this point. Stephanie?
One, just to argue a little bit with what you said.
I love arguing.
I think
that is not true. 300 win, Mag Sniper. That is not true. The original Constitution is not the light of the land. The Roberts Court even says so, and that the President of the United States decides which amendments are allowed to be enacted upon. So that's just completely inaccurate. Roberts disagrees with you.
Look, often that these leaders, and I can speak for my country, often really feel what people.
The Roberts Courts agrees with the unitary executive theory and thinks that the President of the United States has, Chief Justice Roberts, like he thinks, and in his opinion, that they've written a lot of recently, that there is no check on the power of the President of the United States by the judiciary, and that the executive actually has the power of the purse and to decide what bills are being funded and which departments are being funded. That it is not an Article 1 constitutional power anymore that the legislation has. So that's new, guys. I mean, that is new. If you don't, if that is absolutely true.
People are missing and responding to them, oftentimes on a surface level, but still somehow having a lot of empathy and giving it to people. Like in our case, there was a lot of welfare measures put in place that created some sort of stability for people. The second point I wanted to make is that I think what we have to practice is the letting go of control. What we did at my former organization when we went local and opened regional offices, that we let go of deciding what will be the topic that we are working on. We brought together local civil society and asked them, what is the problem? And how can we help? And the third point I want to make is about starting points. Like
nobody knows my name. That's just a fake name that I have. Yeah. I'm like really, really big on anonymity. Pretty big. Yeah. Hey, that's exactly. Yep. Yeah, 300. You're right. That's Embers. That is exactly what that's not what the Constitution states, but that's how the Supreme Court interprets it, and therefore that's what the Constitution is. So that is what it is. I disagree with Roberts. Obviously, I don't think that that's what the original Constitution says. I think that he's wrong, but that's what the Constitution is in factuality. We're talking about de jure versus de facto. De jure, president doesn't have those powers. De facto, he does. That's just what it is. If you're insinuating he is going outside of the Constitution in Robert's theory, he is, but the judiciary has no ability to restrain him. Okay, that's cute. That's cute that you think that. And Trump doesn't agree with entire amendments. He doesn't uphold entire amendments. Like, what are you talking about, man? You're just wrong.
Where do we start this rebuilding? Right now, I'm working on a project about remembrance work because oftentimes these unprocessed historical traumas are kind of used to divide us. And I really believe that if we start there, we can bring in people who would not come in for the more political project, but would come in for a cultural project. And we can practice those micro skills that
due process rights about. For who? Due process rights for who? He's like what? Due process rights for the citizens that he's deported? Like what? Who? Yes, they are. Yes, they were. Yeah.
That are essential for democracy.
There were citizens that were deported.
Yeah, I know we're out of time. I'm going to ask just one last question.
You can be in denial all you want, but that is what has actually happened. He has deported U.S. citizens to gulags in third world countries. You can deny that all you want, but that's your head in the sand, not mine, brother. Like literally, I mean, prove it. That's literally happened. Like, what do you have your head in your sand? I mean, I don't need to prove it. It's happened. It's happened. How? Because he declared war against Venezuela, and it's an executive order that he that he declared, and now he is, in the name of national security, deporting U.S. citizens and jailing them without due process. If you think that is cruel, that's not cruel and unusual, then I mean you're wrong. I mean you're okay. Okay, that's fine. You have no idea what's going on, and you don't understand anything, so that's okay.
And you guys get a one-sentence answer. For the foundation, how have we been helpful, or how can we be more helpful in terms of the learnings that we provide, the training, the networks, as we go forward? Anything you want to advise us on this?
You think Venezuela invaded our land, bro? Oh my God, dude. Lost, bro. You're lost. Yes, exactly, Marissa. Like veterans, citizens, deported, detained. It's wild, man. It's wild. It's okay, dude. I'm not gonna ban you. You can try to, we don't ban for dissenting opinions here. You can try to martyr yourself in the name of, like, Joe Rogan or whatever, and try to be a free speech warrior or something, but you're just wrong. So it's okay. You can. I'm not gonna. Oh my gosh! And you have Kash Patel as your profile picture. Oh my cringe, dude. Are you out of your mind? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh Jesus. Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure. Yeah, as you have you have Kash Patel with some, like, let the indictments roam or something, like, at the bottom. You're so triggered, dude. I love it. This is how to stop authoritarian governments across the globe.
I think this is the solution, bringing people together, and they're joined by the willingness, by this adrenaline of making a change in different areas. And I think this is the key to success of democracy, that you're creating a
Dude, you're so triggered. I love it. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here.
Silos of people wanting to bring a change.
Exactly, Marissa. If he was a patriot and he actually cared, that would make him so mad. But we know that he's not. You know what I mean? We know that he is fake in his support for the United States because of that reason. You're exactly right, Marissa. You're exactly right. Thank you, Frank.
Built on the common foundation. So, well, I think the more we are seeing each other together, the more projects we are engaged in, and if foundation can help facilitate this in any way, this is great, because with this globalization in the 21st century, we really need international engagement, especially transatlantic ones.
Good.
Totally agree. I would maybe just add that as much as possible in-person things, when people have time to sit together and really talk, not just webinars.
Especially, that is how we are going to defeat AI, guys. I genuinely think in-person meetings, but then also, like, there's going to be a weird thing where, like, people are going to have to prove that they're real online. I mean, obviously people come in here and they think that I am AI, which is hilarious. Exactly, MB. I have to figure out a way to prove that I am not fake. You know what I mean? In the future, that's going to be genuine. Well, sorry, Marissa. I don't know how to tell you this, but do you know what I mean? It was interesting. I was actually reading that for a lot of, like, social media companies, they are the ones that are actually on the front lines of AI detection, because they desperately need to have creators. Like, if you think about it, YouTube and Instagram desperately, and TikTok too, like, they desperately need to know if it's a real person that's making content, because they actually really it's much better for their content and for their websites if they know who the real people are. So they're desperately trying to recognize and develop AI detection capabilities for that reason. Is that true, Dr. T? I had heard that from a marketer, from someone that was doing marketing. Is that true though? Can I just confirm that from you, from on your side? Is there a lot of money going into AI detection from? Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's like a marketing agency talking about like how like recruiting talent, and they're like they need talent and they need to like have human talent. Oh, guys, what? Who? Rue? Dr. Rowe? Let's go. Yeah. Rue. All right, dude. Good job, man. Hell yeah. Let's go. We're at 671. Dr. Rue. In 3, 2, 1. Yes. Oh, no, 672. It's 672. Anyway, 671, I think. No. Nice, dude. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Love it. Put your V's in chat. I love it, guys. I love it. Oh, Mrs. Dr. G, what's up? How's it going? BBV. Those big booty V's. You got your pneumonia? 5 min. Let's go. 5 min, 672. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Yes, dude. These are all the vaccines that we have gotten as a community. So these are all our vaccines. So you come in here, you get vaccinated. We celebrate you because we love people who get vaccinated in this community, because you're a patriot, you're pro-life, you care about yourself, you care about other people, and we love you. So absolutely, we celebrate every single shot, every single time, for every single person. Any type of vaccine. So flu, COVID, all that kind of stuff. Oh, really? Wow, 300 win. Wow, that's a really good point. You know what? You just changed my whole mind. Guys, we have an immune system. Oh my God. How I didn't know about that. Guys, you gotta shut it off. Guys, we have an immune system, but I didn't know. We can just shut it off. All right. See you guys. Wow. I had no idea. Crazy. All right. That was it. See ya. Have a good one. Shut it off. Just shut it off, guys. Just shut off the thing. Shut it off. Shut the whole stream down. Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. It's over. We had an immune system. I didn't know. I didn't know we had an immune system the entire time. Crazy. All right. Have a good one, guys. Have a good one. See ya. See ya. What an idiot, dude. Jeez, God, I can't even. I like how the guy believes the immunologists that the immune system exists, but then those same immunologists, he doesn't trust them with vaccines. How could you possibly be like? Stupid, dude. Stupid, dude. Jeez, man. Bro, you don't want to talk about anything. You either get in the box or you're boring to me. God, I hate people like you. Get in the box. All right. Well, now we get to bring it back. 3, 2, 1. Yes. All right. Oh, sick. My husband, daughter, and myself all got COVID and flu vaccines in September. Christy, you're awesome. You're a great parent. That's 678. Christy, you're awesome. Christy, in 3, 2, 1. Yes. Oh, thank you, Cousin Blue. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Good job, Christy. You're a good parent. You're a good parent if you vaccinate your child. If you're not vaccinating your child, that's criminal neglect in my mind. So, really bad. You gotta, in order to be a good parent, you have to vaccinate your child. And you're getting vaccinated. You're allowing your child to live in a world where they don't have to be deathly sick if they get exposed to an easily preventable transmitted disease that you can vaccinate and prevent. If you are choosing harm to be put onto your child, you are not a good parent. So, yes. All right, let's finish this video. No, of course not. He doesn't want to. He wants to get his friends. He has to get a whole posse or something. It's a whole bathhouse of dudes that he wants to bring in. I don't know. 300. I think 300 is like the amount of.
And the other thing is.
What? Isn't that? I thought it was like the Win Mag, like the mag. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's okay.
Skill building. So when I was at the fellowship program, there was a lot of things that we benefited from because most of civil society leaders know what they do because it's learning by doing, but they were never trained. And there's so many skills that they're lacking, and they could be much more efficient if they would have some support in that.
Good.
+1 on all of that, and bringing together very different people. I learned the most from people who were seemingly doing unrelated work to my work, and I think that was really valuable. Really opened my horizons.
What a wonderful way for me to spend time.
Oh,
thank you. I'm always inspired by the work that you're doing. Hopefully, we'll have a chance to see you when we open next year.
I think it was great, guys. I think it was great. Thank you. Thank you, 5 minutes. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Leslie Donna Williams.
Oh, this is 6 years ago. Thank you, Sunny D. Thank you. All right, guys. All right, dude. Well, no. I'm going to bed. I think that was fun. It was good. Man, it's so crazy. All the anti-vaxxers just ran this today. It's so boring. You know, like the first guy just ran in the first like 2 minutes. Remember that? He just completely. Did you guys? Who was here for the first guy? He ran. He ran within the first like 3 minutes. Just it's so embarrassing. You know what I mean? They don't send their best. You know what I mean? The anti-vaxxers, they don't send their best. Well, they don't have any best, but you know what I mean. It's embarrassing. They embarrass themselves. So, exactly. It's embarrassing. It's frustrating. But they are exactly, Dr. T. They're in lockdown. They're in lockdown. They don't have any. That's so funny. Okay, guys. Big day today. Thank you. I'm in denial. No, I'm in San Diego. You can't even be October 18th. What's that? What are you talking about? What's that? What's October 18th? Thank you, Donuts. Thank you. Oh, I have to wait until October 18th for you to join the live? I have to wait 4 days? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, is that what? Okay. I mean, I do too until the 22nd, 23rd, so. Yeah, it'll be sweet. It'll be sweet, guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, bro. I mean, who are you? Like, it's so wild. Like, who do you think you are, dude? Doing well, Charity. Thanks for asking. Okay, volleyball, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Nice. I know. It's so funny, dude. They're such cowards. The dude is like 5'1" and real soft. You know what I mean? That's how I picture that guy. Just like 5'1", really soft and pudgy. You know, like it's just really just rolls around a lot, you know? It's just real short, real soft. But, you know, strong. Exactly, Kathleen. Never seen a gym before. That's what it seems like. But that. Mrs. Dr. G was in here. She was saying hi. She was here. She's at work right now. All right, guys. Well, you know what time it is. Thank you guys so much. Big day, fun day. That was good. I'm happy that we watched that Obama video. I'm happy that we had that discussion at the beginning, guys. Really good women's healthcare discussion. If you didn't see it at the first hour, go back and watch it. Go to the that's right. Okay, you're right. Go to the YouTube archive. Check it out. It's really good. Genuinely, it's really good. Thank you guys so much. To our last super fan, thank you so much, Dak. Thank you for being a super fan. I appreciate you guys so much. The biggest gifter of the night. Thank you so much, Frank. Cousin Blue, NB, Sunny D, Kathleen, DN, Call Me Bob. Thank you so much, guys. The top likers, Kathleen, Christine, Cindy, Frank, Ashley, Bailey, Marsha Mello. Thank you guys to the Patreons, Mrs. Dr. G, Ado, Call Me Ness. Thank you guys so much. The Patreons, guys, has $3 and $7 options because I know that the superfan is at $10. So I'm trying to give you guys options there. And I get like 80% of the Patreons when the superfans, they take 50% of that stuff. So just being honest with you, the Patreons is the best way to support the channel, and I really appreciate you. I know that the superfans get the special stuff though, the special stickers, and that's a cool thing too. So just saying though, the link tree, all the links my Instagram, guys. I just posted up this Instagram. It's just gonna be a repost of my the Instagram is just gonna be a repost of my TikTok stuff. But maybe you like that. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like to do that stuff. It went really well. Thanks for asking. Dr. Greg Show everywhere, guys. Dr. Greg Show. Yeah, I got an in-person interview on Friday. It's gonna be 4.5 hours. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I gotta do an hour-long presentation. But yeah, thanks, guys. All right, well. I know, right? I think we got this. I think it'll be really good. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Dr. T. Have a good one. It's gonna be fun. Let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it again. Thank you, guys. It'll be fun. Let's do it. Let's do it. Peace. Have a good one. Let's do it. See ya. Peace. Peace.